When you forget your towel, so you have to run to your room naked. Uncreepy's your pasta. Wait, oh my god, the cat's belly. It's familiar. Pregnant women. OMG, my baby is so cute. The baby. Finally got a Labubu. Did I get scammed? Yeah, I think that's a voodoo doll. Skipping stairs while climbing upstairs. Skipping stairs while climbing downstairs. This is chasing your car. What are you doing? Adopted this cat and can't find a suitable name for her. You know you're cooked when your son draws this. Oh, your son is just showing you his friends. How I be looking at my door at 11:34 p.m. when I think I hear that thing open. My bat always rushes to greet me when I come home. The Robert in my house, watching me dead sprint at him naked with a tomahawk. I think today would be a good day to stay inside. Is that a clown? Minecraft caves are so dark, bro. Dude, clean your monitor. Holy moly macaroni. Are you ready to talk? I've always been ready. You were the one who wasn't ready. Me at 6 years old, after I chomped off and swallowed my entire teddy bear's arm because I got hungry at night. How are you alive? When bro starts talking about spooky ghosts before bedtime, my mum, cover your eyes. They show bobbies in this part of the movie. 10-year-old me. Feeling cute. Might move around the room later. Me, watching your kids pet my dog. When I was enjoying walking alone in the woods and I saw this thing on the tree. What is that? Butterfly? I'm crying. It won't stop printing. I sat on the toilet, closed the door, and my 2-year-old decided I wasn't pooping myself fast enough. Just got a new job. Anything I should know? The animatronics get freaky. The antagonist versus the protagonist / game style. I wish I was as productive as my sister. Monday, I killed an ant. Described my art in 3 words. House fire victims. Going for a walk. Bro's been casually tweeting from a different dimension for weeks now. His gaming chair. Me. Tries to read Latin. Satan. Yes. I screamed. You did a face swap with a spirit. I hope I get a good grade in history. They want to say hi. They won't hurt you. Most zombies are not scary, but fast zombies are scary as hell. Mascot horror monsters design in game. The redesigns that the internet makes. Robert, you forgot to shut the window. That baby flew in. Again. Get that baby out of here. What are you laughing at on your phone? How am I supposed to explain to you? This is what I'm laughing at. This is when artists need to put down the pen. I caught a gnome making snow angels in my kitchen. Taste the god particle, you rat. Oh, you burnt it. You had the chance to try gnome. My dad walked in on me playing Kingdom Hearts as a kid, and I told him I was killing a boss, and he said, I wish I could kill my boss, and left. Got a new lizard, guys. Do you guys mess with him? Sure. Goodwill find. You have the perfect opportunity to put this in someone's bedroom while they're sleeping. Forgot to bring my tablet to work, but I needed to sketch the final thing that lives in the walls. I can tell that my wounds heal more slowly when I'm near this tower, but else I don't know what it does. I don't think it does anything else if it can heal wounds when you're nearby it. That's such a cool tower you've got. You guys fearing for his life right now? Why does this happen in New Jersey? Reality is a sin. This activated my fight or flight response. My Uber driver swerved into traffic, then had the audacity to turn to me and say, did that scare you? Yo, why does this guy look so mad? Why is his head tilted downward staring at the camera like that? I did nothing wrong. Tell me why there's a dark world on my college campus. My bad dude, don't go in that one. Attempting to cultivate this vibe. That's a jockey. That spider's a jockey. I will not see a therapist or a psychologist. I will not take medication. I will not discuss my feelings with others. Little known fact, Jack the Ripper was called that because he farted a lot. My mum was worried about my trip to Niagara Falls. I sent her this. I could see why she was worried. What are you doing in this situation? Depends on how in the mood I am. Pond decoration. It's all fun and games until you look one night and he's not in there anymore. Bro, who dropped the milk? Chica! Anyone have good examples of this kind of thing? Scrimmy, but it's true form. What's that SCP called? The one which is like, and then it goes, Barry, I don't know. You guys mess with my new portrait? Dominican Republic of Brongo Scram. Bro, you're broke, you need to run. Bro, really auto parts flee the vicinity expeditiously. Very happy child show. And this is why the protagonist is in a coma. There we go. Write the first sentences of a book that has this picture as its cover. Welcome to Dracula Mansion. Teacher, discuss the topic with whoever is sitting next to you. The person sitting next to me. Mum, go play with the the neighbor's kid. The neighbor's kid. I remember playing with the neighbor's kid once. He then would, knock on the door every few days to try and play with me outside. I didn't ever come out. Name something that is scary at 3 a.m., but normal at 3 p.m. A phone call from your parents or siblings. People in scary movies. Be smart and call the cops. Go investigate the noise. That's the requirement if it's a scary movie. The people have to be subhuman IQ. A little girl said monsters were in her bedroom. It was 60,000 bees. Dressed up like Slender Man to scare kids tonight. Met a mini me. It looks like Slender Man taking his kid out for Take Your Kid to Work Day. Looks like Biden. It is Biden. Hello, my name is Val the Entity. I am 34 years old and I am looking for a husband so that I can have and love. You gonna be paying me? Recognizable head. Unrecognizable head. Still recognizable. So I just drew a very scary looking character. God, that is so attractive. When bro tries to leave the crib, but he says he would pull an all-nighter. My damn TV won't turn on. I don't have any academic background or qualification or life. However, I can absorb all substances into the body from my eyes. Paycheck better be in the billions. Trillions, bro. Trillions for me to do this. When you're listening to music and forget to actually listen, that feeling when you accidentally open someone's story the second it's posted. I think I've blocked someone because I've done this before. Scariest pumpkins ever. Hey kid, wanna hear a scary story? One day, you will be able to do whatever you want, and you will choose to stay home. New mothers be like, wanna hold my new baby? He's so precious. The baby. Horror movie. Minecraft cave sounds. You guys mess with my new thermostat? It's cool, man. My sister got a SpongeBob balloon. Didn't get much sleep. Even when you close the door, you know it's just there. You gotta pop it. Psh, those costumes aren't scary. Wait, what is that? What the heck is that? When you are both scary, so you can chill. Diglett used Scratch. Oh no, Diglett, leave Pikachu alone. The creature slowly walks towards my house, screaming my name. I don't care who the IRS sends. I'm not paying taxes. Flicker of insanity. Dead fish. The eyes of a dead fish is more alive. Chad posture versus femboy posture. What's the difference? Told gang to wrap it up already. Is there a way to block people on Straw Page? Just to give you a perspective of the size of a grizzly bear's paw. These trail lights are red, so they don't disturb the bats. No, they're red because blood moon. The Eye of Cthulhu is nearby. Let's get one thing straight. This is a Skinwalker. This is a Wendigo. This is a Witchu. If Dandy's World was made in 2018, he would be super famous. He would be in every edgy animation meme. How I look at my son after he tells me, I know what you did on December 22nd, 2022, instead of Scottish Slenderman. Collect my tea and crumpets. Wouldn't it be haggis? Haggis and bagpipes. Found a fallout shelter. The whole way. Stop downloading stuff. The computer is so slow because of you. But dad, the PC is 13 years old. Let's go camping, they said. It will be fun, they said. I would cry. It's been 6 years since I didn't pick this up from the side of the road. You just took a photo of it? Hey, I'm feeling cute today. Click. Oh, I can't believe I'm letting bro live in my furniture for free. He's protecting your house. What have I done? Mother of all face swaps. You were a scientist that worked for NASA. You studied the sun. One day, you made an uncanny discovery. You started telling them there were people coming from the sun and explaining over and over they were coming. They shushed you and sent you away. Today they arrived and you can't help but laugh. Damn, I was posting fire in 2012. My favorite two things, Slenderman and pie. I wanted to return something and they called up this dude, Danny DeVito, on the set of Batman Returns, 1992. How it feels to be a woman in this day and age. 3D printed a CT scan of my 2-month-old skull. If this were my baby skull, I would gild it with gold and put it on the head of a cane and walk around with it. I was taking a nice walk when I saw this and screamed. Draw a picture of Danny DeVito. Wow, that's someone you're including in your prayers. Very deformed. I can see why you're praying. New year, new lemon pig. The way she opened her eyes. The nefarious black sludge. This reminds me of the kawaii bell pepper. Scary fact. There is an England. Don't come to England, guys, unless you want to meet me, the warden. You're a bad thanks, I guess? Me, after saying no to a little sweet treat. What's even the point of these statues? Are they supposed to represent early humans or something? At the beach, where's the raw meat at? Mouth wants yum yum. Somebody got killed outside our apartment. Your cat knows something. The aura of the Bermuda Triangle when you were 12. Screw surface dwellers. I make a therapist promise not to send me to a psych psych ward before I tell her anything, and she always looks at me like this. I regret joining this class so bad. Working in the mines from home. Dude, you're going into the catacombs. You guys don't get paper like Slender do. The light changed from cool to warm so quickly. Looks like this guy. Me at the beach, searching for shells. Why does this sink look so old, bro? Bro found the Chamber of Secrets. The shadow on my door looks like a person. Rip Cuddles, 2 BC to 2025. Thank you for your loss. We're in a better place now. Cuddles was so old. Literally any conventionally attractive woman ever. Hear me out, guys. Hear me out. Imagine showing this to an uncontacted tribe. There's a light show projection of Steve Harvey over Atlanta right now, and I have no clue why. Do you guys like my Greg Heffley cosplay? This is what people on Facebook thought the solar eclipse was going to be like. Do not come to Turkey. What is this? My interpretation of Shadow Milk. Pookie Lookie, ain't no cookie. I know these things are alive. There's an anime about this. This is the greatest use of my free will ever. Shout out to Kafka, the Hercules beetle, for being a good sport for a few seconds and helping me pay homage to Kafka the writer. Find my grades. When you finally beat your brother's high score Ghost in Mario Kart, and you lose the only thing you had left of him. What is this in my biology textbook? When you're making good points in an argument, but they keep calling you a yapper, so you low-key ingest their liver. Can we stop making costumes attractive and make them scary? The look I exchanged with bro when we played a horror game, and mid-conversation he goes, wait, shh, I find more comfort in these things than people. What type of people do you hang around with then? My daily schedule: wake up, realize the world is a cold and dark place. How I look at my girl after she said, I am so hungry I could eat and the name of the man I buried 2 years ago. You can get in, the dog doesn't bite. The dog looking at me. The Luna Ghost from Scooby-Doo. A one-off design so good they had to use it for the poster. How it feels being on Charm X Lobotomy when everyone else is still on Kaisenat Doi Doi. Ghost sightings in 100 years are going to be crazy. Why did I say years like that? People are going to be like, she just twerked right through the wall. You snack at 3 a.m. and the kitchen light flips on. And you see this? What am I doing? I'd probably faint. Or scream, run. I wouldn't fight. Definitely not fighting. Soul Traps be like, remember that bug you stepped on in 1989? In 2 minutes, hot lead will be filling your body. Going for a drive, just gotta clear my head. Humans kill one another so often, for all the reasons including none. I wonder how we would treat aliens who were peaceful.
Hello, we coming to people who look different from me. Die.
Just a normal photo. Yeah, it is a normal photo until you zoom in underneath the door in the reflection of the floor. You see a ghost. When I remind my parents of my existence by grabbing food at 2 a.m. I can't unsee this now. Views at work on a 610 meter tall steel tower in the USA. Scary but also mesmerizing. I'd love to be up that high. The intrusive thought to jump off would be so strong. No horror movie in the last decade has come close to being as scary as this 15-minute video. Movie title: Thumb-sucking baby binky baby bottle, warm blanket rattle adventure. Susie. Gosh, these dark worlds sure are getting intense, huh? The ever-humble December holiday. Oh yeah, guys, also, just thought I'd tell you, Deltarune memes are coming soon. Vampire killing kit from the 1800s. It's sad when you realize the vampires were... Wait, maybe vampires were real, and we've just been lied to. We've made it seem like there wasn't magic, there weren't vampires, when in reality they were. According to paranormal investigators, spirits or souls are most active at night and mostly exist in cold air-conditioned rooms. They look and stare at you all night. They read your mind and try to speak and show your future in dreams. If you have difficulty in sleep without a reason, it's a spirit. Nothing else, guys, it's a spirit. It has to be a spirit. It's not me tapping on your window, I swear. The field did eventually end. Saw this deer. Imagine one day this guy says, not going on a walk today, and never posts again. Disney on Ice is scary. Daredevil on top of the Empire State Building. I will show you how to love me. Any huge, dangerous, scary creature. Why do Franco Barbie fans try and draw Franco more cute and downplay his deformity? Draw that man ugly and give him his bulging head now. I'm not on good terms with the skeletons. Do you guys want me to do wizard memes? Wizardry memes. Magic! Magic memes! Bugging out. New species of horror wasp discovered in the US. We didn't think it was real. This is a new species of wasp which lays eggs into living flies. They say goths are the scary ones, but women who dress like this scare me 100,000 times more. Using artificial intelligence, scientists have created a 3D render of a man who died over 500 years ago in England, believed to be one of Henry VIII's soldiers. You guys like my lamp? Yeah, my new lamp cool or nah? Yeah, man, you gotta turn it on and see what's in the shadow. Imagine doing dishes with that view. This wouldn't even be that bad, as long as they don't come inside, and as long as it's not hot inside. I'm not saying I want to go to hell. I feel like hell would be a lot worse than this. Just walking Cupcake before going to sleep. Hey, Cupcake's grown since the last video. Oh man, it's gonna rain today. This dude would not stop staring at me in the study room. Good luck. You need to start praying. I think this guy wants to play football with me. I'm good, man. Play by yourself. Yo, this cloud looks like a racing car. Here? What the hell did that vet do to my dog, bruh? The type of roaches that be waiting for you in the bathroom at 3 a.m. Pay your rent, you idiot. There's an eyeball in your sink. Who's your landlord? Pranking my sister. There's only one way this can go. Worm off the string. What sins will he commit? She is so needy. That doesn't look like a she. Why would you let your delicate mind expand this violently? You are far from safety. Those who don't know. Those who know. Mr. Beast's secret. Guys, meet my new puppy. Isn't he so cute? I don't think your puppy's friendly. Teach thinks I'm still on the toilet. Do you guys mess with my new door handle? I'm not sure you know if there's someone there. I wish I could turn into this whenever a man tells me to smile. I'm glad you can't. This weather is demonic, dude. Brazil sucks. If you hear weird noises in the night, simply make weirder noises to assert dominance. This is how it works, by the way. Meet the guy that stands behind you while you wash your hair, and I can never seem to get a photo of him. Wake up. I made you breakfast. I love you. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to sleep after this video. Hello, I'm a marine biologist, and this is my latest discovery. Unpopular opinion, horror movie edition. Horror movies with friends are comedy movies. I've been told brown my whole life, and all legal documents, are they? Fun fact, you have 5 minutes. Why is the water so dirty, bro? Because there's someone underneath it. Do you guys mess with my chocolate egg? Yeah, I think the person in front of you messes with the chocolate egg too. When someone tries to talk to me, but I'm on 3 hours of sleep and just saw her hallucination, you think I forgot about that time when you mocked me for stuttering? Your time is up, twin. When there's a creep staring at me, so I hit him with one of these. Go with the flow, even if the flow's trying to drown you. Red at 4:21 p.m. At least it's not 4:21 a.m. I'm living in your walls. Please don't live in my walls. They're not even thick enough for someone to hide in. How it feels when the soda burp comes out of your nose. Nothing's worse than this. I will sleep early tonight. Me at 4 a.m. Me trying to sleep. Then I remember I have a Jeff wall. Leviathan class life form detected. Can you guys watch her while I smoke? $10 million to sit in a room with her for 10 minutes. What do you do? For 10 mil, that girl better be scared of me. In fact, I'm gonna be acting like the crazy one. I'm just trying to sleep in Ohio. How to watch horror movies without being scared. Put filters on them. When the G falls off the graveyard sign. This is not scary. Are lying R's as soon as we see any of this in real life. Spotted by the Tyrannosaur. There is yet to exist a single dinosaur horror experience that can replicate the natural terror this image brings to hearts of man. My grandma really passed away on the 16th. She was 67 years old. Not joking. My condolences. 6'7". Some are good at school. Others are good at just chilling at the structure. Why is he so hot when his eyes are like that? Bar torture of the day. Day 3. Chinese water torture. The parrot at PetSmart staring directly at me after uttering the exact dying words of my late wife 23 years after the accident. And for your crimes, we sentence you to death by Iron Soy Jack. I crave a horror series that gives off this type of vibe. Not sure which movie can do it, but definitely this video. Yeah, I'm healing alright. Takes a while though. When you're low-key having a joyous day, so you cheer up other people too. And then you low-key make friends. One of my mutuals just got broken up with. Why did I get in her car? Love is in the air. Wrong. Microphones and everything. Get the hell out of my house. Take a poop before the poop takes you. I don't speak this language, but I think that person wants the orcs. Japanese legend says, if you sleep at night, you will wake up in the morning. Damn, no barbecue? Yeah, but they have chive. That's better than barbecue. You don't want me. Unfunny final boss. I wasn't trying to be funny. When your laugh has already gone silent, your stomach is genuinely about to evaporate. Your lungs are collapsing, you still have no oxygen, and they're still adding on to the joke. What my sea monkeys see right before I reach into their tank and eat a handful of them. Look at the tree. Okay, if we remove whatever the hell that thing is, this would be a lovely picture. Dude, let me in. I'm a fairy. Uncensored not safe for work.com wants to use your camera. Bark skin. Is this now an aesthetic? We all want bark skin. We want our skin to turn into wood. What was the incident at your Antarctic research outpost? Day 4 of removing a feature from Nancy Wheeler until I stopped missing her. You can stop now, actually. Pennywise performing at the 1908 Derry Circus in It. Welcome to Derry. It's wild how It's Pennywise isn't even the real creature. Just a regular circus performer from the 1900s who had no idea what his image would become. Bro, who the hell sent me this letter? Try read it, then you'll find out. Horrifying Big Bird suit my brother rented for my first birthday. April 1990. Smiling robot face is made from living human skin cells. When the boy you like is taller than you. How bro looks at me after the teacher says, one more laugh, and I'm moving you two. Landlord doesn't give a damn, painting over that spider. In horror of the trailer release, here's my favorite clip of the Backrooms series. No, it's fine. I just didn't think the Backrooms would be Chinese. This has got to be the most evil looking building I've ever seen in my life. I should have never smoked that. Now I'm in a Zizwa painting. They loves playing tag, loves running. From game to movie, it's actually so cool how visually accurate these movies are. At a Beatles concert in 1964, two members of the audience only have eyes for each other. Okay, but what mind-shattering horrors is that other lady witnessing? The Beatles, when Michael is chasing someone and he stubs his toes. Okay, so I know the Slender Man movie is terrible, but I think the idea of his suit and tie being these gross skin flaps is actually a pretty decent idea. Painting of what I saw when medically I passed away. Uh-oh, what does this mean? I'm crying. Why is there a whole ecosystem in my basement? Godzilla versus a turtle. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, maybe? Oh my gosh. Tung Tung is in the Backrooms movie. This person's face looks like this fish. Genuinely, what the hell are you doing, bro? Funtime Fenty. Man, I sure do hate that he looks like that. Unbothered, moisturized, happy. In your attic, I have a gun, focused and loaded. Draw grotesque ISO speed. I'm convinced this is a fetish because what the hell are we doing? Was this drawn by actual people or AI? What fashion companies try to sell to women? What women actually want? Who made this gif of literally just me plastered on a guinea pig? I don't like you. I want you hurted. Doesn't say hurted, it says something else. When mum brings home the boiled corpse. Pasta, 8 eggs, and 1 lamb head. Fart maxing. Y'all are so greedy, I didn't get any chicken. Who remembers doing this as a kid? The coolest thing to exist, and I wish I could find a footage of these dudes moving around. I stopped believing in God when I found out how these things reproduced. Adobe CEO, your skin, well, you will pay for your sins in the depths of hell. What? Why did you leave me here? I condone. I don't, actually. Choose your art style. Bottom left, top right, bottom right. PP versus poo-poo. What the hell is bro smiling about? The headlines say what? The way she opened her eyes, it's got fake eyes. That's to trick the predators into thinking it's always watching even when it's asleep. TikTok cannot be a real app. How it feels to start a project and realize way too late that you're genuinely not built for this. Is this Full Metal Alchemist? I don't believe in you draw hand wrong, because my hand can do this. I'm never trying to form thoughts in the shower ever again. I just looked at the thing that throws water at you and looked at the pipe for it and thought, dude, this kind of looks like those things from Iron Lung. When you take your first picture or something, would you rather look outside at 2 a.m. and see hundreds of people staring silently at your house, or just one person smiling at your window? One person. I can deal with one person. What type of question's this? They should be worried about themselves if there's only one of them. I know my house a lot better than you do. Contemporary art. This is like finding a sacred text in a long abandoned religious site. I went to sleep at my fling's house. In the middle of the night, I woke up thirsty and headed to the kitchen. When I turned around, there was something staring at me in the dark. My legs went weak. I collapsed on the floor and I started praying like it was a horror movie. I screamed so loud that he came running out. Wanna know what it was? His daughter's panda backpack. I almost had a supernatural encounter because of a backpack. This looks like Freddy. I successfully painted light. 11th century man. Western European man versus Eastern European man. I thought it would be the opposite, when the king is being yelled at by the queen and the court jester just fell on his butt. But if you laugh, you'll be executed. What the hell is happening in NYC, bro? It's the same in London. Everyone wears the most like outrageously aura-farming outfits. Whoa, it's a perfect moon for a werewolf to come out. I'm gay. Me acting like nothing happened after the ball hit me 200 miles per hour in the face. He smoked. He didn't smoke. Died at 30 versus died at 80. We all die in the end, don't we? If your job doesn't have you looking like this at the end of the day, you're not working. I know a job. Most people are unemployed according to this guy. Can't have anything in Ravenholm. The receding hairline bird. This bird said, please give me a sample of your saliva. I'm normal and can be trusted with your DNA. You want to clone me, don't you? I'll give you it, but if I also get a clone of myself which I can use as a slave. The Wendigo. You're being hunted, not haunted. Keep your torch lit and don't go near the woods. I'm not leaving home. Carmilla, the story of a lesbian vampire who preys on lonely women, was written 25 years before Dracula. This is a chilling photo of an iceberg with red paint smeared on it. The picture was taken on the morning of 15th of April, 1912. What are you realizing? This was in my dentist's waiting room. Specimen. It's a mosquito. When a dark and evil aura is surrounding me, I'm shy. The real Silent Hill is a creepy, abandoned town that's been on fire since 1962. If you're brave enough, you can visit it today. I welded my fingers together. Can you unweld them too, or are they just stuck like this? Touch me one more time, Barbara. Virgil's plastic chair feels more canon than the canon one, if that makes sense. The road ahead. Yeah, I don't know what I was even trying to do. When I'm locked in on a horror video and suddenly get an ad. Obsessed with this saddleback caterpillar that looks like he's wearing a tiny safety vest. OSHA compliant baby. Can't save due to safety reasons. McDonald's, count your days, I'm not playing. A nice, pleasant, comfortable amount of snow. Wow, 8 inches of snow, that's scary. The ways of young people take Instagrammable photographs. I'm not telling you the recipe. Be mad. This could be the cure for the sickness. Green bean, what you mean? I call this dish Bendy Ink's machine. Heard you need a kiss. I do. Lock in, focus. I don't care. Got my x-ray done today. Fit for yesterday's Christmas party. Censored for privacy. Is that Medjed the Smiter? The voices are getting louder. I know this is Ninja. No matter how many times you deep fry this image, I'll always know who it is. Hey bro, got games on your phone? You can take my phone. I have games. Play any game you want. Even spend my money. Just don't hurt me. Excuse me, sir. Can I take a moment to talk to you about our Lord and Savior Godzilla? Amigo. Trying to get Todomachi Life on my phone. Phone is about to take off flying. I'm in the mood. The sign is halfway in the backrooms. Thanks for announcing the first part. Going through John K's blogs for some laughs. Why did they ever change this design? It's so kid-friendly. Boy, he could really chew up a lot of... I mean, he could. Rejoice. What's so disturbing about them is that the eyes are relatively human-looking. Not animalistic or creature-esque. And then it morphs into multiple faces and mouths warped together. This is so cool. I love underwater horror games. He looks maxed in prison, an actual Chad now. Yeah, long hair in prison isn't a good sign, by the way. He's getting treated like a princess or, yeah, not in a good way. Media/internet depictions of Michael Jackson. Literally him. You know what I want to know? Do you think Michael Jackson is guilty or innocent? I've heard so much information on this guy. I don't even know. I don't even know. I can't make a decision. My ceiling fans watching me change the bed sheets. Zoink, Scoob. The submarine looks so tiny next to her. Her design is absolutely phenomenal. The details are incredible. I'm obsessed. Please give me my phone back, dude. I'm coming over. You better not be the gay little ascending evil climbing skeleton wall sculpture when I get there. Crystal Mary. That is such a good concept for a horror god. I don't really want to buy a new case. You're sewing it together. I get it. In-game sprites, official artwork, original box art designs that were used only once. Binding of Isaac. I still wonder what kind of drug Endman was on making the Rebirth key art. They'll tell you that replicating the original lighting was too difficult to do, while selling the snake oil that is ray tracing in the same breath to be more realistic. I might be a little frustrated with this franchise. Seeing the franchise I've been addicted since I was 12 getting cooked to oblivion, and I can't even defend it because it's all true. When I can finally vote on the next election, but these are genuinely my two options. I painted Charles Dickens and Chuck. Thought it said Chud. Do not let that dude near Bart. Demon sculpture at an abandoned mausoleum in Poland. What is a mausoleum? What is that? So I hear my printer starting up from nowhere. I was in the other room, and it takes 10 minutes to print fully. After a few minutes, my curiosity is piqued as to what or who was printing anything. We have one of those wireless printers you can email to, and staring at me in the face is this. I'm a rational person, so I check my print history online, and there is no record of this ever being sent to the printer. Nothing at all. The text at the bottom reads, "We're coming." You don't understand, there is absolutely no record of this ever being sent or received at my printer. Welcome to hell. I don't think they've been cleaned since, like, this is gross. I'm not even reading this. I'm gonna actually blur this because I care about you guys. Yeah. I recently found out there's a second photo of this guy, but I refuse to look at it. He has too much aura in my mind. The only known photograph of Vladimir Pushkarev, a Russian geologist who went missing on an expedition for the Yeti. I've been to Russia, I've been to Antarctica, I've been to the North Pole, South Pole, I've been everywhere. I've looked for the Yeti. You know where it brought me back to? Memes. I spent $100 on this chair at a vintage show. I would have spent $105 if I had known our cat would routinely be using it this way for fire gazing. Ordinary life is beautiful, gorgeous, and that it will one day become a memory makes it more so. Beautifully written. Shy, folks. Look at the cute kitty. Oh, it's such a cute kitty. What about what's behind the kitty? Guys, why do I keep finding crumbs on my bed? Like I can't be bothered cleaning this up. Yo, my cat be looking different today. Is my father-in-law Slender Man? Wash your frickin' dish. Stop ignoring that elephant in the room. Yeah, bro, the 0.01 extra hertz is going to save my life. I'm gonna be tickling them toes tonight, Pookie. You alone. Guys, do these doorknobs look like eyes? I feel crazy. No, but something else is going on. How guys start acting in your dream after you tell them they're not real. This is too true. This has happened to me before. And then I wake up. The last thing you see when you turn on the flashlight on your phone to see what that giggle was in your room. My sleep paralysis demon after watching me cry for over an hour. Wanna talk? Should I return him? Your dog is so tall. Why? Too much milk. Me returning to my cave after spending 5 minutes with the family at dinner. Alright guys, you're going to have to hear me out on this one. No, we are not. Are you going to sleep? Yes, I am. Now shut up. The brain did shut up, but someone's watching them. That's not a hallucination. Me watching as a single giant eyeball opens out of my wall and then disappears forever. And I'm supposed to act like that's normal. And no one believes me. When you haven't slept for the 4th night in a row and start seeing stuff that isn't there. I've never made it to 4 nights. Why are you still up? Shouldn't you be sleeping now? Shouldn't you be sound asleep right now? Did you not want to sleep? Are you asleep? I don't know which one to sign up for. You don't need a job that bad, man. Trust me. Trust me, you don't want a job this bad. Why did you leave me here? How it feels having a fun time with someone on call and they randomly say I'm a girl. Do you guys like my new puppy? His name is Cupcake. He is so sweet. Sweet unicorn baby. Mom, look, it fell out. You should put it under your pillow for the tooth fairy. Later. Hello, Billy. Ah! You left my teeth. Me watching the squirrel. Me watching the squirrel outside of my window. Blink my full legal name in Morse code. Loki forgot I had this shirt. All girls are the same. The fog is coming. What? Is it actually coming? When I work night shift and I hear a little girl say, "This is where I died." Me. Okay, and POV. When you stay up late as hell and your eyes start messing with you. How non-smokers be looking at you when you let their baby have a few harmless little puffs. When will it end? It will never end. Me. Randomly remembering my older brother's Enderman that's been used. What do you mean used? I yelled what the hell when he threw up. There's a skinless body behind the Domino's I work at. Are you involved with it, BLX? Stop living in my walls. But you are my most schizo boy. Me, waking up at 3 a.m. for something sweet in the kitchen. I hope no one's following me. Girlhood is a spectrum. Hello Kitty girl. Is this real? You did this to me. You obsess over your delusional identity in relation to others while your soul rots inside of you. Ouch. You wake up and see a creepy face next to the door. You're just assuming it's creepy because it looks creepy. Could be a nice person. My pareidolia is so strong, I immediately saw a tall figure in a blue and white robe or gown before I scrolled to see that OP also hadn't drew it. Or are we not outliers and everybody else sees it too? Why you should always cover your feet while sleeping? What, because of you, you're gonna suck on my toes, you weirdo? That feeling when you accidentally open someone's story the second it's posted. It's so embarrassing. Found this at the thrift store and cannot find any information about it online. Kind of scary. There is not a dead body on Highland Avenue. Call one of them manifesting in my cupboard. Who is one of them? Is that Squidward or an alien? Why did this happen? To 2010 horror. I own you. 2020's horror slop. Yay, it's Pampers World. Pizza must be made by Jesus himself. Who the hell is taking their kids here? Jesus would never do this. When you're eating fistfuls of shredded cheese at 3 a.m. and someone turns on the light. So this is the guy who makes horrors beyond human comprehension. How it feels to lock eyes with the teacher while she's explaining something. A friend's printer broke. Here's the result of him printing off a picture of Nicolas Cage. Wanna make out here? Where is this place? That is so scary, and they still said yes. How it feels when the teacher is behind you and you said the most atrocious thing known to man. I ran out of tears a very long time ago. Do they know its starters? How guys in elementary school look at you when your name is in the math problem or the book you're reading in English. Shout out to female horror game monsters / antagonists. Gotta be one of my favorite genders. When I'm off my medicine at the Grand Canyon and the baby in the stroller starts talking to me. Dusty! So an intrusive thought. That moment when they're everywhere. They're everywhere. Who's everywhere? I don't see anything in this photo. When I'm eating cereal and I see a 10-foot corpse in the corner of my eye, which disappears as soon as I look up. She sent me her location, bro. What the hell is this? Don't go in there. Just don't. The car in front of me is littering. Well, your face is not really like this. This has to be a filter. You look so scary. Physicists found a time crystal inside a children's toy. Wow. Sadly, the child was already a withered old man by the time they got to him. They're telling each other jokes about ripping people's limbs off. How it feels to be in a house where you have to tiptoe around everything and be careful of everything you do and say, or else it ends in a fight. 6-year-old me in the calm down corner, or the calm down step. Oh sorry, I was watching my friend mod Slenderman. He made it to where Slenderman is really tiny. Lol, I was just messing with you. What the hell? Slenderman is very small, miniature man. Letting the ghosts who live inside my 100-year-old dolls experience bad romance for the first time because it's pride. Slenderman can reclaim he is literally gay. Collect my pride flags. You sneak up at 3 a.m. and the kitchen lights flip on. Yo, I hope I never want this to happen in my life, even for a prank, because I'd probably die. I'd be so scared. Me, leaving my room. What game is this? Kinda looks like Granny, but it's not Granny. How my dream looks 5 minutes before waking up. Man, put those away. Welcome. This is his treasure shop. You can get pages. Support my business, says Slenderman. Bad ending. You told the truth to the psychiatrist. Red pyramid thing. The Pizza Hut man. He's real? Is it okay if I drive? Yeah, of course. That was not the correct decision. GG's. A cat looks at you, and a cat opens its mouth. Ah! No. What my sea monkeys see right before I reach into their tank and eat a handful of them. I just moved into Utah. Now you gotta deal with Springtrap. Yo, bring a friend for my homeboy. Girl, is he cute? Is he cute? Looks over. That's the friend. Oh god, it's her. Run, it's not the friend. How going to the bathroom after watching a horror movie feels like? Me, after saying what's on my mind. You're in the crazy room because you're a crazy person. I hope I appear to you in your dreams like this. I hope no one appears in my dreams except myself. No one else. No one actually real. Is that too much to ask? Me, when my neighbor's dog barks at me. The residents are evil. Creepypastas in 2026. Oh no, scary, La Boo Boo, ah! 2009. Ah, scary Mexican, ah! The dreams of a man are the skyscrapers of tomorrow. The last Easter egg is in this room. What's your plan? Not get the last Easter egg. Suffering builds character. Suffering builds suffering. So how much more do we need to suffer? Me, after I rubbed my eyes for the 5th time while yawning 24/7. I know exactly who you are, William. How long are you going to let this show go on? How long are you going to make my father suffer like this? Me, it's my elbow, my entire nervous system. A disease has been detected on your device and is making its way into your bloodstream. Love getting diseases through my phone. Gazing lovingly at his gigantic, angry wife. An absolute scam. That is not tongue-tug. How do you make a character scary? Probably a sprunky character is not the best for top-tier horror. Much better. You Loki looks scary, but like in a good way. I like it. Alyssa, what the hell? Human with a beautiful charm. Really scary monster who is in love. Today I will be consumed by the void and start crying in agony because it's painful and I'm lonely. Surprising my boyfriend for his birthday. Is your dog a dog or pretending to be a dog? I was midway working on my Captain Curly cosplay. Then my mum told me to clean the dishes. Captain Curly from the hit game Dishwashing. Would you still love me if I was rotten? Time to go chop down trees. Here's sweet melody. First photograph of the special tree is taken. Weeps. Aw, the boinky sponge. Crinkly dude, the shrunkle scrimbler. Generic mascot horror games. MRI scans. How it genuinely feels watching everyone playing their happy little Totomachi game. Oh, a bunny rabbit. It's playing an instrument. Now we have to go down into this tunnel. Do I have to follow it? Drawing horror like this? Well, we can improve it. 1. Mess with the eyes. Make them pop out widely. Make them more expressive. 2. Make the smile detailed. Try reaching for the chin. 3. Mess with the teeth. Use mouth anatomy for study. Use the teeth shapes. Make the Gengiv more visible too. 4. Add some more details depending on your character's features, cheeks, noses, chins. Huge fan of these trailer screenshots that make Freddy and Bonnie look like they just took the fattest smokes of their entire lives. Are you watching the debate? Part heard. When withered Foxy, Heike drags you to the office for the 87th time for the night guard, and it's genuinely just Freddy again.
Oh, it's a kitty.
Wait, why can't they touch the kitty? Oh, they're all alone. They're experiencing psychosis. Do you still care? Mr. Boss, Helmari. You can really do anything in this game when you're driving, and turn the music down so you can see better. My best friend sent me this, and it was automatically connected to my Bluetooth in my car at 100% volume, and the volume knobs on my car was broken. I was genuinely scrambling for my life to make it stop. I thought I was going to throw up. People who act normal may be dangerous. Depressive, obsessive, narcissism, schizophrenic, autism, drainer, schizoid, schizotypal, sociopath, borderline, neurotypical, bipolar. I saw a Chikawa with heartbreaking face at the nearby Don Kojiko. I miss college so bad because this is literally what every day was. Every day of college for me was this. Kiss or slap, be honest. I couldn't kiss him. I couldn't slap him. I couldn't slap you, is what I meant to say. How are we feeling today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? 4, or maybe 2, or maybe none of these, but I have to choose. Among Us Funko Pop. This was the peak of AI, you know? When we thought it couldn't get that much better, and it did. I remember when this came out and everyone was fascinated. It's like, no way! It's too good now, it's scary. The concept of someone taking their time off their day to slime Asmongold. Do you think when Asmon passes, the roaches and rats in his room are going to take over and puppet his body like Ennard from Sister Location? Who the hell's trying to kill him? What's going on? Man-made horrors. I want to thank the Patreons for today's video. The Patreons. Let's cut the BS, shall we? I have feelings for you. I hate when the cube shows up while I'm trying to fish. That's Mama Fish right there. Scaring off you, because you always scare off the fish. Meet my new eviction kitty, Lil Floyd. Doing some surprise inspections later. I haven't fed him in days. You startled the witch. Thank you for shopping with us, sir. Would you like to donate just 50 cents to charity? The C4 rigged to explode in 1 second. I love digging in the dirt. Vintage pillow belonging to my mother that gets funnier the longer I look at it. I'm dipping nuggets you've never heard of into sauces you could never understand. I thought that was a room for a second. No, just a giant spider. That is a room. What do you mean? Or is it a box? Oh, it's a box. Imagine spiders got that big. Buddy was chilling on a staircase railing. Huge feet. The thing is scaring me. Why are its feet so huge? Dream house, the abyss, and your house is inside of the abyss? Bedroom, kitchen, bath. Oh my gosh, I have to sort, 2004, my foot off. Aliens exist, or is it aliens sexist? Paul Bunyan, American's Forgotten Kaiju. This is the funniest thing I've seen in my life. It's not funny for me because I don't know who Paul is. America has kaijus? News is looking pretty good lately. We all have to bear witness to the skull. You ready? Look, I love Germa, but did anyone else think the eyeless stream was kind of weird? All he did was stare at the camera for 2 hours while chat spammed the phrase, "We won't need eyes." Me and my brother watching the skinless corpse walk across our backyard and into the nearby woods at 8:37 p.m. on February 13th, 2022. Alright, an ancient portal to the underworld was found in Denver. Loveland Frog. In Ohio folklore, the Loveland Frog, also known as the Loveland Frogman or Loveland Lizard, is a legendary humanoid frog. It better be folklore. This thing better not exist. Ohio has everything wrong with it. POV, you look in the mirror after you've had a lobotomy. How did people even still see after getting lobotomized? I can't believe this is real. He's so cute. Furfur. In demonology, Furfur, other spelling, Furthur, is a powerful great earl of hell, being the ruler of 26 legions of demons. He's a liar. Try to make mashed potatoes. Why does it look like that? So first you're supposed to use potatoes and not crude oil. Dance, you fat fool, for you are next. Jacob Elordi and his dog on the set of Frankenstein. When I dyed my hair, my dog barked at me for 2 hours straight, but okay. When your crush dies, the same time you start working at the What? No, it's not. It's not coming together. Dude, fire this person who made this. Maybe they were involved in the death. Do you see that? Don't get any closer. That's not me. And he's talking to me. Is it you? Where are you? Is it the thing which is telling me not to come closer? You? What is going on? Silent Hill. If the monsters don't kill you, the gas prices will. Check your closet. I'm so close. Adopt me. Age 3 months. Black and stained fur. Has all of his shots. Playful creature with a habit of chewing on shoes. Likes to sit in the moonlight and goes on night walks on the roof. Potty trained. No kids, please. Horror movies. Anti-smoking PSA. Who would win? This thing, the incomprehensible deity. Cornelius. Absinthe, 20. Hello, my name is Absinthe. I am 20 years of age. I love to do people things. I like to drink water, eat warm meats, and many more. I enjoy the presence of humans and the noises they emit from their mouths. Do you guys mess with the new nightlight? A handsome MF, fricking looking back at me. Teacher, you can't get jump scared by a picture. Me, an intellectual. Look at this. Those who put wasp in their what and then fart out wasp storm at foes. Sigmas. He ate them. I think he ate them, everybody. Statue based on Leonardo da Vinci's famous concept for artificial wings. This is so beautiful. Okay, I think I'm crazy enough to try. They're reconstructing William Afton like archaeologists reconstructing an ancient historical figure's face. I'm at a loss for words. I've always been an intruder, but when I found you, I felt like a guest. The alternate in the corner of the room staring at me as I draw thick what? I'm the apex predator now. They're listening, because they do have ears. Yo, imagine if real humans looked like this. No mouth, we just communicated by no eyes. Geological horror. You find a geode and crack it open, and the crystal lining its walls is human blood that can't be genetically matched to anyone. Did you test every human? What timeline is this? You find a human skeleton, but every one of the bones is made from rock. A rock that you know can't be whittled into those shapes. You find layers of clay and loam that sport ancient fossils at the top, and the still rotting corpses of modern animals at the bottom. If you're ever wondering what popular media is getting wrong about basically any pre-modern society, the answer is that there are never enough lawsuits. There's a common idea that in the olden days, all disputes were resolved through violence, but even in settings where that was true, people would still sue each other about it. Like 80% of Icelandic sagas involve lawsuits, sometimes against ghosts. There's work to get rid of the ghosts, incidentally. I want to sue a ghost. Hey, I sue the ghost of Walt Disney. How do I win? Shh, only dreams now. This is why we cover our feet at night. Life is such a ride. The ride. A man decided to cover up the tattoo of his ex-wife. You're paranoid. The neighbors aren't spying on us. The neighbors. During the Middle Ages, talkative women were punished by being forced to wear metal cages on their heads. The perfect zombie shelter. Can't wait to leave this outside someone's house. It's your problem now. Nothing says welcome like two 12-foot skeletons holding torches on each side of the lane. Nobody. Gargoyles in winter. When I die, I give all cute goth girls permission to do photo shoots on my grave. Behind the scenes of Teletubbies, 1997. There's something really creepy about this show. Walking, running, sprinting, getting back to your room after turning off the lights in the kitchen. Humanoid electric towers in Iceland. They managed to make them look creepier than the originals. George is getting a little too curious. Halloween decorations on a budget. Grocery shopping in these. Went for a ride last night. Had some engine trouble. Well, looky, Andy's got a new friend. Most zombies are not scary, but fast zombies are scary as hell. My neighbor said my dog was scary and needs a muzzle. Not a problem, buddy. Nobody. Teens in 2008. Everyone being afraid of this. But imagine if this was floating towards you. Whoever did this at my job needs to be escorted out by noon today. My wife. We should tile the kitchen backsplash. Me. Say no more. I got the perfect idea. Leprechaun. I bet he's thinking about stealing my gold. Guy, what the hell is this leprechaun doing in my bed? The correct way to eat a fruit roll-up. This chandelier turns your room into a creepy forest scene. Not a cell phone in sight, just people living in the moment. Biggest Ouija board ever made in Massachusetts. If Kevin McAllister lived in Haddonfield, Halloween would have ended a lot sooner. Just a friendly reminder that spiders have paws. In 1871, a woman from Quebec hired a hearse with the sole intention of riding around town, smoking in the coffin bed while enjoying the view. Women in the 1600s. I was just thinking. Men. Witch. This is how I imagine actual fairies to look. Normal vegetables. You must store us at the right temperature, in the right humidity, or we will spoil and rot in no time. Potatoes. Where's the soil? In Japanese folklore, I don't know if I can get away with saying this, are ugly creatures with horns and mouths, with a permanent bitter smile. They are created out of the negative feelings of human beings. It's 60 degrees down here. Moths are just goth butterflies. Chameleons be like, me at a grocery store. Some mum to her 8-year-old son. Stop crying or that scary man will take you. Do you want to go with that scary man? The kid. No! Me. The rest of the world. Australian spiders are so big and terrifying. Meanwhile, American spiders. Feathered dinosaurs aren't scary. Have you tried fighting an ostrich with your bare hands? What's in the box? What's in the box? Eventually, most content on the internet will be from dead people. The sun hitting my puppy revealed his true size. Gremlin. Would you explore her? I'm more interested in what flashlight this person is using. You can get a bat house in the shape of a vampire castle. I'm sold. Emos in high school and emos in adulthood. Officially the scariest Halloween decorations I've ever seen. Reading while raining. The right person will come one day. The right person. America, you can't just turn horrific creatures into some kind of cute anime girl. Japan, hold my sake. What kind of science is this? My true form on the left, the skin I wear to mask into society on the right. Skipping stairs while climbing upstairs. Skipping stairs while climbing downstairs. Just in case you didn't want to sleep tonight. Here's what a tapeworm looks like under an electron microscope. Why is this hot? That's an animal, by the way. Angels in church and angels in the Bible. Pick a movie, keep one actor. The rest are played by Muppets. When you ghost her, but she's into that paranormal stuff. These trail lights are red so they don't disturb the bats. When you're dead inside, but still have Zoom meetings to attend. Horrifying warning I've seen on the way home from work. Please don't let the cat out, no matter what it tells you. When you see me at work and I say, I'm living the dream. This is the dream I'm referring to. Vampires couldn't see their reflections, because mirrors used to be backed with a layer of silver, which was considered a pure metal, so it didn't interact with vampires. However, modern mirrors are now backed with aluminium, so they would be able to see their reflections. Christopher Nolan says he would love to make a horror film. I'm afraid he'll decide to summon real demons just to avoid using CGI. My 3-year-old sister is so good at drawing. Why does this McDonald's look like a containment unit full of evil spirits? Babe, I'm going to the 13 Ghosts of McDonald's. Do you want anything? This Rosette Nebula is known for its skull-like shape. It's 65 light years in radius. So, IKEA in Singapore decided to release a completely black hot dog. I have no idea why, but the world must know. I need friends to visit places like this. A giant abandoned strawberry in Poland. Sometimes I feel like this giant abandoned strawberry in Poland. Screw them kids. Don't you dare roll your eyes at me. A 3,400-year-old Egyptian sarcophagus has been discovered, bearing an uncanny resemblance to Marge Simpson. Bro, I be mad in the mood. I swear if a demon lays on me like this, I'm gonna introduce them to a new hell. I hate that I keep having to plug the microwave into a different outlet every 2 weeks or so. Me and my demons vibing because we've already lived through hell, and it frankly doesn't scare us anymore. Cryptids in Britain and in America. When I say skull emoji, this is what I mean. Do you ever realize that you're going to be an adult for the rest of your life? There are so many other words in the English language, and you just had to go and say these. Wearing a long dress and running through a gothic castle is on my to-do list. Me. I could really use a sign from above right now. The sign from above. Suffer. The eyes of an electrician after being zapped by 14,000 volts of electricity. Don't do anything dumb with your refund. Me. Boys sleepover. Haha, yeah, then we stayed up past our bedtimes to play Minecraft. Girls sleepovers. You may fascinate a woman by giving her a little palm-sized bat. I shuffled them 3 times, Linda. Listen, he's not coming back. The ocean is just monster soup. The fact that his dorsal fin never got above the water means that that shark is even bigger than what this video shows. Skull carpet. Kids dressed for Halloween on a school bus, 1980s. Exercise helps depression, me. I need to stop spending money on things I don't need, also me. Making crepes for my friends and giving them the nicest pretty ones while I stand in the kitchen engulfing the ones I messed up. A creepy character in the movie. No need to be scared, child. I am your friend. What's more terrifying, Cthulhu or Florida Man? The transformative makeup process for Gary Oldman character in Hannibal. I mess with this sort of thing. Who wants to go with me to the Evil Dead cabin Duncan? If I ever win the lottery, I won't tell anyone, but there will be signs. Imagine, if you will, a big scary ape pulling you apart and killing you and beating and biting you to death. An Ohio woman whose mugshots went viral for her intense face tats shows off her new look after getting laser removal surgery. Imagine being a Pringle and seeing this. Scary as hell. Nap time. I'd sleep so good in one of these. Every day I don't live in an abandoned Victorian estate with a horrifying backstory is a day lost. My sister takes Halloween very seriously. Even the dog has to get involved. Breaking. Billy the puppet seen leaving Annabelle's home. Not their sneaky legs. When you're dark and spooky, but also very nice and cute. Movie fans. The movies you like are stupid and weird. Horror movie fans. The movies you like are stupid and weird. Yes. Scared woman thinking that the guy is following her. Scared guy thinking he can get pepper sprayed any second now. How people think serial killers look like. And how who's we? People. If you want a girlfriend, why don't you just talk to girls? 1 star. Scary. It's too scary. Far, far too scary by far. I was scared. You are in a Zoom meeting. Your teacher says, who is that behind you? You hear someone giggle. Rare footage showing a pack of excavators feeding on an old bridge they just hunted down. The bridge was innocent. American theme parks and Japanese theme parks. Women. I feel so unsafe walking home alone at night. Average male experience walking back home. Readers added context. Women can also see fog. Just eating my sandwich directly off this dirty public fountain that I filled with plastic ducks. Also, speaking of Jacob Rosalewski, this painting of his is my favorite. Like, yes, girl, snitch on the night. Hey, what a nice tree. I love tree. History's biggest yassification. Is it yassification or yeah? When you're studying Latin, but you keep making mistakes. Santa. Them bad little kids gonna learn this year. The lemons life gave me. Halloween in Ohio. Please only 1 cig per kid. Don't take lighter. This is the hardest Halloween costume. It's a GTA modded account outfit. The cracked and worn down version of these masks are just gorgeous. The Kiss of Death, a marble sculpture found in a cemetery in Barcelona. Copyright laws making Halloween hilarious since 1999. Romance isn't dead. Scientists find that vampire bats French kiss with mouthfuls of blood to deepen social bonds. Life goal, to become rich and stay antisocial. I'm not saying that I need it, but I would feel better if I had it. Girls only want one thing, and it's the house in Hocus Pocus. It's not a want, it's a need. Stranger Things Season 5 will use digital de-aging to make the actors look younger. But I mean, nothing screams 80s more than grown adults playing teens. I found Professor Snape at the airport before boarding my flight. Oh, so when a crow remembers people who wronged them and holds grudges, it's intelligent and really cool. But when I do, I'm petty and need to let go. When you love horror movies, gore, and dark creepy stuff, to me, you are perfect. In hell, Satan. Dude, you gotta stop following me around. Me. I don't know anyone else here. I feel awkward. Some kids growing up reading stories about prince and princesses. Meanwhile, I grew up reading these. Behind the scenes of The Haunting of Hill House. This is so soft, but so dark. All at once, I am a huge fan. I don't need one. I don't need one. You need one. Telling my sleep paralysis demon jokes so they'll let me wake up. You should put yourself out there. Be a social butterfly. Me. When there's hell to raise, but first you have to finish your coffee. When you play death metal for your I listen to everything friends. Lil Bro got an It costume from Wish, and this is what he got. Everyone wants a goth girlfriend until she buys a coffin and puts it in her bedroom. Freddy Krueger meets Insidious. The human body taste was very similar to pork. If you mix it together, no one can tell the difference. Joe Metheny mixed his victim's flesh with animal meat and sold it to customers. While sleeping, we see ghosts in our dreams and suddenly wake up with fear and think it was a bad dream. According to paranormal experts, it's the virtual reality. It's real spirits communicating with you, but our soul rejects and wakes us up for our safety. This is why a bad dream is never completed. Don't be negative, go out and enjoy life. Me. I have errands to run. The errands. Famous Beetlejuice 2 art and props stolen from well-known town set. Tips to enjoy pumpkin beer. 1. Pour it down the drain. While I'm at it, here's how you can figure out who the killers are in Scream. Billy and Stu never bothered to change their shoes. A haunted house, but it's just printouts of the stuff you used to post on Facebook in 2010. When a witch has the munchies. Goth McDonald. It's inaccurate plastic animal skeleton season again. A horror movie, but the killer wears flip-flops, so there's an ominous sound as he hunts you down. This used to stress me out so bad. Baby's first body horror. What Maniac was like. Yeah, go ahead and just toss this in the elementary school library. They'll love it. Might I ask what the hell was going on with animals in the Cambrian period? They were trying out something new. Leave them alone. Oh, to be two rats with intertwined tails, pondering the unknown. I want to own a fairy-themed bakery with a library and sell little treats like these. Geek Squad mounted my TV to the sewage pipe. When your water bottle pops in the middle of the night, what you think versus what really happened. They turned the lights off and basically went into mess around and find out mode. What are they referring to? Instead of butterfly kisses, I give you moth kisses. They're crazy, frantic, all over the place, and quite honestly, you're terrified. Vampire Hunter takes out a cross. Atheist vampire, drawing in horror movies, be like, Daddy, Mummy, me, he. Broly, men will say, hear me out, and show you the most conventionally attractive woman you've ever seen. Meanwhile, women will say, hear me out, and show you this thing. Black Cat's waiting to be auditioned for a horror film, 1961. If they're not going to give us pockets, why can't the women population collectively just walk out in these? Run, man. They're not gonna stop spawning. Here's what you would look like if you were a spoon. Dogs in the 1700s. I killed 3 deer and a buffalo. Now me and my human can eat dogs in 2020. Ah, water is scary. You're watching a documentary about a serial killer who was never caught and you're scared. Your dad starts to watch with you and you aren't scared anymore. He says, the glory days. Activists. We need to save the Australian wildlife. The Australian wildlife. Joe Biden reportedly wants people to collect his pages. Do you guys remember my Rowley cosplay? Do you want to play a game with me? It's called Strawberries and I always win. He hungers. Jabeth, bite that guy there off. Max Schreck takes a break on the set of Nosferatu in 1922 in a photo that's probably creepier than any taken during the actual filming of the movie. And you mothers be like, wanna hold my new baby? He's so precious. The baby. Had a dream I went to McDonald's in Silent Hill, so I had to remake it. Babe, what's wrong? You haven't tried your Edward Scissorhands bento box. Me, finishes watching a horror movie. It wasn't that scary. Me when I hear any noise. Me, damn, that's a scary monster. My brain, I wonder if I can smash it. I think that's just you, bro. The Hebridean is a sheep breed from Scotland, typically sporting 2 pairs of horns. And then the human said, you already ate. Vampires are over. Goth mermaids are now. A literal gunshot. Minecraft cave noises. No matter what comes through that gate, you will stand your ground. Run. What I thought parents teaching kids would be like. What it's actually like. This is me in maths. Me watching the hairdresser ruin my haircut because I'm too scared to talk to him. Look at these savages pathetically trying to scare an advanced civilization with their retrograde weaponry. Shoot it down. How am I supposed to be scared playing Resident Evil 8 Village if I'm being hunted down by Victorian era goth women and a 9-foot tall vampire? That's like my fantasy. I hate the character design of Mr. Boss. It's unpleasant to look at. It's on purpose. The fact still stands. It's unpleasant to look at, no matter how many layers of irony there is on it. This is a little version of your thread, OP. I want you to have it. Our house was built in the 1920s. This is looking into the crawl space that is under the living room. Is it normal to build your house on a pile of rocks like this? That's scary as hell. Dracula being described as an old man with a mustache in the original Bram Stoker novel means both of these are more accurate depictions of Dracula than what we used. How turning off the lights felt like as a kid. With $17,000, you could buy 1,030 small smiling faces. No, you couldn't. There are only 9 left in stock. My dad has been baking pies. Your dad has manifested into the pie. My coworker's losing his mind. Thanks to you, Appreciation Station. Post a note for a team associate and share why you appreciate them. Concept, the wasp room. A humane form of punishment. Empty room filled with 20 to 30,000 wasps. Let's actually talk about why cannibalism is wrong. 1. Diseases. You're going to get so many diseases from eating a person. Quit having fun when you find out you can't go to infinity and beyond. In honor of Love Your Pet Day, please reply with a picture of your pet so everyone can love them with you. This is Franco. He won't leave my backyard. I'm not sure what this weird looking fish is, but this is why I won't swim in the canal. It's guarding treasure. How are you feeling today? Happy, confident, excited. I feel hollow, the void. When the light flickers, 1% electrical issues, 99% demons and stuff. Proud. Peter is proud of his work. He is certain that no one will ever find Carol and this time. Meat consumed as comfort food is also an emotional support animal. Until we meet again. I was looking through my old sketchbooks and thought this was kinda morbidly funny. Get in the Halloween spirit and make a ghost. That's called murder, and I heard somewhere it was illegal. No, there is no question mark. You are being summoned to Roach Prom. How to properly shush a toddler. Built another scarecrow in my exile. Boy, I love trapping demons in microscopic silicone megastructures to do my bidding. I sure hope nothing goes wrong. Untouched by humans, Erie Pool found 700 feet deep in bowels of a New Mexico cave. They say it contains bacteria that have never come in contact with humans. Clearly, this is the year to bring it into contact with humans. I miss Lisa. Daddy is really busy at work. He didn't come home at the weekend. Mum is angry at him. I'm going to write a letter for Lisa. Google engineer put on leave after saying AI chatbot has become sentient. Followed my cats to the window was definitely a mistake. And there are eyes in the background. What is that? A bear? You joke about living in people's wars. I'm actually in yours. We are not the same. Suit tags gather around after fires in low circulation areas. They are not, as commonly believed, ash-covered spiderwebs. Check out this awesome snake costume my wife made for our daughter. This is so scary. I would not only give her candy, but also my car, my house, and maybe my family members as a ritual sacrifice. Warning, keep an eye out for temporal anomalies. See something? Say something. Do not enter if you're me from the mirror world. Hey, you! Why the hell would I want that? Choose your prime delivery option. So, do you want it tomorrow or on Monday? A creature of Native American legend, the Skinwalker will show up to your house. He'll look just like you. Well, damn. Scientists are left baffled after discovering an expanding crack on the moon. A strange crack found on the moon that continues to widen. Did anyone have moon hatching for November? Well, I'm getting a snack at 3 a.m. and I hear a ghost knock something over. Come fight me in the dark. When my parrot wants pets off someone, he'll go up to them, say hello, and lower his head to expose his neck. Recently, however, he's been doing this to a pitch black crevice behind my couch, even trying to cajole the darkness with kissy noises and getting sad when the void won't pet him. How do I explain that dark chasms are not friends? There's a ghost in there, a damn rude one too. Pet the bird. Found huge beast in home. In a Florida home, animal experts found a 165-pound beast protecting something. Misfortune cookie. I hope you don't play hide and seek because no one will ever bother to look for you. This is supposed to be the llama from the Emperor's New Groove. That is the devil and he is here to kill us. So-called scientists don't want you to know about the beef mines. What you girls really need is a soft fuzzy man, an ambient man. So my buddy's pregnant wife just had an ultrasound and new ID came in, 6-year difference. What have you seen? The reason dogs love squeaky toys is because it sounds like tiny animals dying. Slenderman if he hated college algebra. None of this matters anymore. Can we take a moment to think about the fact a human went to Krusty Krab and died, and nobody got rid of his body? She loves the blower. Dogs don't look friendly like this. Selling this stress. Sometimes her late owner appears, but she goes away when you read. You wake up at 3 a.m. to see this. What do you do? Gossip, laugh, hold each other close as sisters. Tell her I'm so grateful to have her in my life. Prepare a guest room for her to stay the week. And make sure the sheets are warm. Cook her favorite breakfast, and then she eats you. All night long, the sword on the wall above my bed has been rattling, and I finally woke up all the way and went, what? And turned on the light and found this. For all of you that are saying this is cute, that's a feral rat. A feral rat hovered over my head, watching me sleep for 3 hours while trying to figure out how to assassinate me with a longsword. Thanks. While you slept, he studied the blade. I think you should be concerned about what he's scared of, because he's hiding. No one. Spider earrings. 7-year-old me. I'm gonna be a pro athlete. Adult me when I hear the ice cream truck. Anadophobia is the fear that somewhere, somehow, a duck is watching you. Please do not say this when you hear the price. Winter fans be like, ah yes, 6 p.m. No, you said, and I quote, FML, I gotta go to work at 7 a.m. Kill me now. Well, here I am. Found an aborted journal of mine from when I was 13-ish. Did you need counseling as a kid? Skull from a person with Proteus syndrome. No way, Freddy Fazbear fossil. Thanks Markiplier for the scariest watch alert I've ever had. I'm hungry. I open the fridge. The worms. I am not hungry. Why do you have worms in your fridge? The back corner of my brain where the demons kick it at. This, as a date, this is so romantic. Yeah, I'm down. Theory. Black cats are eldritch entities who do a so job at pretending to be cats. My therapist. The concept art guardians aren't real. They can't hurt you. Concept art guardians. Emily, you have our attention. Emily, you're on my list. I keep getting terrifying emails from colleges. Emily, we're coming for you. Death pool discovered at the bottom of the sea that kills everything immediately. I want to visit visit the death pool. There's no medical reason not to bake your grandpa's ashes into a sugar cookie and eat it. Despite it all, incredible things still sometimes happen on Facebook. He hungers. He hungers for the old generation. Where the hell am I? Does England just look like Slender the 8 pages all the time? Yeah. My roommate tried telling me I'm schizophrenic, but joke's on him. I didn't even have a roommate. Horror movies and anti-smoking ads. Watching the scary movie. Let a YouTuber explain it to you. People who poop on the plane. People who poop at school. Today I learned there is a Cyrillic letter so rare it is only used in the phrase many-eyed seraphim, and it looks like this, aka the only possible appropriate character for talking about angels. If you're ever in a Midwestern cornfield and you see a human heart suspended 5 feet above the ground, please don't attack it. You have encountered the heart of America, and while it is tempting to do massive bonus damage to this wretched country, it will lower your credit score. 50's future visions in 2000. Is that human skin with eyes? Scientists re-engineered dead bird into drones that may one day spy on humans. Wildlife. Vegan art. What if humans never hunted innocent animals? Goats might have evolved with us to be as intelligent as humans. Centuries of injustice. Mugshots of Australian criminals from the 1920s. Imagine your family members being brutally murdered, and then years later you see a TikTok edit of their killer being romanticized. Let's do something really scary. We could go to bed early and be alone with our thoughts. Hi James, can you change the background? Make it scary. Boo! Unemployment crisis. Medical debt. Draw these and put them up in your local park/forest. Slammed my fist into the window repeatedly until it cracked. When will Boeing address the— What are you doing? Go to jail. Dead girlfriend attacks me at 4 a.m. Eating the lifeless bodies of my neighbors. Eating the dark part of a banana. Tractor trailer. Crash sends 15,000 pounds of hot dog filler onto Pennsylvania highway. Product. Use our product and you'll look 10 years younger. 9-year-old accidentally using the product. Jupiter's great red spot is behaving strangely. For your safety, due to the carnivorous, we will not be able to open the pool this season. These a-holes just stole all my socks. Get it back from them. I don't know why, but I have a wicked feeling about this place. You don't see that thing standing? Okay. Never going to Trader Joe's while tripping again. Your nostalgia for a body of water from your childhood could be a clue to your personality. Wow, this reminds me of that one episode of Hannah Montana where I am taken by the fungus. He was taken by the fungus. The greatest weapon is not a gun or a bomb. It is Big Nose TV Man. Big Nose TV Man is dangerous. Please don't let him stab you with his big nose in the TV. Warning, existing is strongly prohibited. Sorry, I'll stop. Every time since the age of 7, whenever I recognized I was in a dream, a mechanized death on wheels with a silver sickle would come at me and kill me. It was so scary I'd always wake up in a cold sweat. I heard you were lucid dreaming. Hot new meme saying society if. Think that's already true. And just posting pictures of normal cities. Society of dolls ate meat. I'm always a little mean to men because if you treat them like humans, they will think you want to sleep with them. But if you're too mean, they'll just murder you. So it's— What? What type of guys are you talking to? Sometimes a clown is in your house. Sometimes not. Depends. Depends if I'm home. Just discovered edible mossy nature cakes are a thing, and nothing has ever made me want to eat dirt so badly. This is real dirt. You're being lied to. You're going to get ill or turn into a plant. Go to bed at a reasonable hour, feasting on the flesh and bones of those that were once close to you. Subway rat made eye contact with me and said, "Join us. When the train comes, we slide under the tracks and feel it rumble over us like a warm thunderstorm. We live forever and we love to live." I said, "No thank you. I am too large." He turned away from me and I cried. "Hi, can I get an iced latte with blood? I mean blood. Sorry, I mean blood. Training a neural net to generate Wojaks and, well, Madonna looking stunning at the 2024 Grammy Awards. When there's hell to raise, but you first have to finish your coffee. My sister's pregnant. I'm gonna be a dad. Did I miss a page? My DoorDasher uploaded this picture as proof of delivery. The original goth kids read this in 3rd grade. I'm at a that thing for words. This is the English language's first and only kanji. Seymour Cray, the American engineer and supercomputer architect, is known to have been a hobby tunneler. Cray built an 8x4 feet cedar-floored tunnel under his house, explaining that the digging helped him think about computer designs. While digging in the tunnel, the elves will often come to me with solutions to my problem, he said. Encounter Terranium computer elves. Guys, guess what? The fog isn't coming. Open your your doors. Open your windows, open your... Animal. Hey, why was it executed? It was executed in 1986. I hate when the washing machine is on the scary part. Are you claustrophobic? No, but this makes me. Cryptid categories. 1. Thing I didn't get to look at, but it was in a lake. 2. Just a pair of wings with 2 human legs. 3. Big version of ape or worm. A true conservationalist. Hey little man, how's it going? But if we are living in the light as God. Yeah, me petting my cat before I ascend to become a great one. I will miss him. At the store. What the hell? Why did you bite me? I hope the SCP Foundation doesn't find out that I was here. Found ya. And whatever you do not stick your pee-pee in the temporal anomaly. Yes, sir. Damn, Shadia. One will show up to your house at midnight. Choose which one. I think I could take out 7. Or maybe 6. Wake up. See this? What would you do? Good to see you. Sorry my place is such a mess. Please have a seat on the sinkhole couch. This is something out of a Simpsons episode. I entered a Denny's at 12:45 a.m. this morning and have been unable to find an exit. Scientists create horrific mutated spider-like creature. I'm trapped in the print shop. I can only communicate via campaign posters. Not a joke. Send help. Featured creature. I'm smiling because I eat skin. Same. Skinwalker at McDonald's. There is a mysterious jar of pickles that sits on the guardrail of this place in Missouri. Every time the pickle jar falls, breaks, or disappears, it has always been replaced. Nobody knows who the pickle jar replacer or replacers are, and the joke has now been going strong for over 6 years. This is not a joke. This is some sort of entity playing a mind game. Painting that kills you if you look at $53,000 to $80,000. NASA might have detected proof of a parallel universe in Antarctica. These pathetic ducklings think this Doberman named Sonia is their mum because they're stupid birds. Quiet, please. Lemon raspberry loaf is sleeping. Breaking. Joe Biden reportedly wants people to collect his pages. Ring around the rosy, a pocket full of posy, ashes, ashes. 1/3 of the European population gets obliterated by the Black Death. They are making funny new men, and you can find them in your local tube. I dropped the baby. Jim, what the fuck? Singing California girls in a sewer system. Got fired from my new traffic stripes job after 1 day. You ruined the road. What is the single greatest piece of art in Texas? Whether in a museum or out in the public. Found a great way to trick Tinder. 12 feet more. I can't believe this. I mean, she's not wrong. We are born from human boxes and live in big box houses and are buried in boxes when we die. Why are you crying? I can't believe that both Voldemort and Palpatine canonically smashed. Just to clarify, they did not smash each other. That would be genuinely terrifying. Missing emergency slide that fell off Delta flight found. Can you imagine suing Boeing and coming home to find Boeing's faulty plane parts washed up in your backyard? It's not a Sunday unless you completely waste it and then feel really sad around 8 p.m. This is scary because it's true. This is how TERFs think skeletons work. TERFs do character design for Blizzard, Papyrus, and Sans. Mr. and Mrs. Incredible, what's your thoughts on vegan zombies? I mean, like, the abrupt, tragic loss of one's individual identity, memory, and morality, replaced only by hunger, is kind of like the principal thing about zombies in my opinion. A Quiet Place. 3.5 stars. I truly believe the lady next to me offered me a unique experience through her incredibly loud breathing, snorting, and throat clearing, which made my sympathy for the monsters grow with every passing second. By the end of the movie, I had fully adopted their perspective and was ready to rip her head off. Life imitates art, I guess. Here's my review. People on Tumblr love adding, "This is the funniest comment I've ever read. Every part of this image hits like a truck." Okay, but can we talk about lists all things that makes a joke funny in the comments? Why don't you keep your voice down and let the posts wash you over in a blissful silence? Gnome. What was that? Did you guys see that? What the hell? Looking up basically any food corporation on Wikipedia is unreal. Advertising. Used as political and corporate symbol. Medicinal application. Criticism. Colombian death squad allegations. Everyone, check your kid's Halloween candy. I just found some inferior quality copper inside a Kit Kat. Laid my eggs. All of you are unsupportive. Go lay your eggs somewhere else. Not a face reveal or anything, but this is genuinely me. Zombie virus is revived. I think I read enough. I do not understand how there are women who do not want to be mothers. It is the most beautiful thing in the world. Pelican mouth, perfect size to put a baby in. To nap, inside very soft and comfort, baby. Sleep soundly, put baby in pelican mouth. No problems ever in pelican mouth, because good shape and support for baby. Neck weak of big baby head. A pelican mouth, yes, a place for a baby. Put baby in pelican mouth. Can trust pelican for giving good love to baby. Friend pelican, this was written by a pelican. Something's telling me they want a baby. baby. Why do they want a baby? SCP. In a box in my office. Description. It's a rock that makes you procrastinate. Addendum. Probably meme tick or something. I'll finish writing this up later. I really hope you all know about this SCP. Bright spots and Keres. Several bright surfaces, also known as faculae, were discovered on the dwarf planet Ceres. Cool. So there's something living on this planet. Or maybe the planet itself is living. NASA photo. Huge snake creature in the sky. 10 p.m. Bedtime. 4 a.m. Going into space. Scientist. Hey, you're back early. Diver. Ocean's haunted. What? Loading a pistol and getting back into the submarine. Ocean's haunted. Large underwater observatory disappears without a trace. Baffling scientists. And they highlighted, save for a shredded transmission cable. Me, opens gun packet. Every kid in a 3-mile radius. Had a full convo with someone, not realizing my phone laying flat on the table with this image on the screen the whole time. My precious toddler, who has just learned to speak. Dad, please stop hitting mum, turns into evil toddler. I'm glad this got no upvotes. I'll always be less than 0. Best song to relate when you're in love with your cousin. I just admitted her about my darkest truth. Things will never be the same. We ain't talking anymore. Hitman hires hitman, who hires hitman, who hires hitman, who hires hitman, who tells police. I taste blood for some reason. Don't tell anybody, but your body is actually full of that. You serious? Turkmenistan wants to close the gates of hell. Feels like a good call, Turkmenistan. I swear, every new week there's a new video like this that appears in my recommendations. Why Scrumbo Bumbo is the scariest analog horror ever. 1 bajillion views. People also ask, which fruit can be eaten at night? What is the night fruit? Raspberries. In my internet history, you would think I'm trying to kill someone, but I just wanted cool names for dragons. 10 poisons and their horrifying effects. Top 10 most deadliest substances known to man. This week on Murder or Writer, the rose pattern bedsheets I got for Christmas didn't turn out as good as I anticipated. Camera Shop gave me the wrong disc for a recent roll of film, and the first picture is a blurry shot from some sort of underground Scrimply and Bompus. One tells a horrid future, and the other one tells you an uncomfortable past. The two types of people most excited for autumn. Hero. The villain's lair could be anywhere. The villain's lair? Write your name in reverse. It's your demon name. Sigh. Hi, I'm Yort. I'll be your tormentor this evening. Great, I'm Nodge. Faces carved into the walls of the Paris catacombs. Frenchmen be like, this pitch black cave full of skeletons is not scary enough. I must make it worse. Just bought this tapeworm from Etsy. Where are you going to keep it? I don't like this post very much. I forgot there are people on this planet that like to go cave diving, and I think I just found the most fear-inducing YouTube channel ever. Nightmare Cave with Swarming Bats. I want to be that horror character who says, guys, you might want to take a look at this, to just show them a picture of a dog smoking a cigarette or something. God left us long ago, but if you're quiet, if you press your ears against the walls, you can still hear him humming. Hey guys, what is going on here? Children born feet first briefly wear their mother as a hat, but no one is ready to talk about that. Ending your life doesn't take the pain away, it passes it to someone else. Double it and give it to the next. Imagine doing this above one of those tribes that's never been contacted by anyone. Don't even talk to me until I get married by the Mothman. Coming soon, you can get married by the Mothman. What the hell? I take a picture of this as I go into Denny's, and it's there. 30 minutes later, it's gone. Where the hell did the statue go? The urge to be a beautiful siren slowly floating to the dark, deep depths of the sea after snatching some man prey from a boat, dragging him down to his demise. The ritual is beginning. If you want that feeling of being watched, stand near a strong electrical field, like where the power comes into a large building. It will cause you to have that feeling, though no one knows why. It's the gnomes that carry the power. I got really sad when I realized these were separate signs, and that I will never be able to go to Psychic Jimmy John's. A living toad, 325 feet deep, at the bottom of Loch Ness. I'm in love with the gross looking robot stuff from the 80s/90s/early 2000s with messy wires. It has a certain charm to it. I have too many kinks to be at a haunted house. When a masked man grabs you from behind, and you moan. If you could do the deed with a famous celebrity, alive or dead, which would it be? Alive? It's almost 3 AM EST. Let's check in on the recreational Benadryl subreddit. The Hatman does not respect gender pronouns past 450 mg. You don't actually have to go on dating apps to find girlfriends. Many beautiful women are waiting for you on rocks out at sea. This user is a malicious entity made of seafoam. For just $8,000, you can cast Remote Soul Detonation on someone, but hurry fast because it's in 3 people's carts right now. Squab Force Meat with seeps. I don't know what any of this stuff is. None of these words are real. Force meat sounds so threatening. I thought this woman was staring at me the whole plane ride. 2023. Normal people. Aliens are here. Conspiracy theorists. No, they're not. Polish man mistakes iron for telephone. Polish man lost inside that place airport for 18 days. Polish man finds bullet in head 5 years after party. God, man, sometimes I'm so proud to be Polish. Wow, this place looks super honorable. I hope there's a bunch of valuable things here. I hope some cool deeds are esteemed here. Love how this implies that after the downfall of humankind, Doge is the species to supersede us. Adventure time. If chickens were big enough to eat us, do you think they would? Without question. I hate LA, bro. My family is taking turns staying with my grandma, but her house is haunted. Tonight, it's my Tio's turn. That's a massive cross. Mood board. We're all monsters in the factory of God. I am just a little creature. That's it. I cannot change this. I'm baby. Call 911. I live in fear that someone will kidnap my grandson, Billy, who lives at keeps door unlocked. Can't miss it. Billy, just vibing. His grandpa's Twitter. Alien. These are your ancestors. Lol. Shows me a video of monkeys jumping around going woo, woo, ah, ah. Me getting really defensive. That was a long time ago. Turn that off. The Harlequin toad looks like it's been subjected to the corrupting effects of forbidden magics. One time Matt Damon guest starred on Arthur and he looked horrifying. So should we draw Matt as a human or as an aardvark? Yes. Okay, we are on our way to Camp Crystal Lake to meet Jason. Apparently he has been wearing the same worn jacket and pants for years, sits in stagnant water instead of showering, and get this, wears a mask so he doesn't have to do any facial care. Socratic questions. Hey, what do mummies do when they catch you? Like, a zombie eats your brain, a vampire drinks your blood. What does a mummy do? Do they just beat you up? It smells like oranges. The person behind me drinks water. I'm hydrating my flesh prison. What the hell is wrong with this website? I'm just trying to hydrate my flesh prison. What if dogs had faces? Monkeys are flinging their own poop, and they are lucky they didn't evolve like us. If the toys in Toy Story died, the kids would keep playing with them, like normal, but the other toys would be playing with their dead friend. What the hell? So close, that is a skeleton. Scientists find evidence of ghost population of ancient humans. Space horror is the best horror. What's out there? No one knows. Big rocks, creepy things, sticky things, math. Stuff on fire, big holes with math in them, working in the mines from home. Me. Oh, I'm so hungry. I could go for some food right now. Burger Wizard. This is how my little sister watches horror movies without getting scared. If wisdom teeth are so wise, then how come they're up in the gums where no one needs them, huh? Seems like stupid idiot teeth if you ask my humble opinion. Ooh, so wise. Let me grow sideways like some idiot crap of Hey, sorry, I haven't been active recently. My mom passed away from cancer. Sorry for your loss, bro. 8 hogs. This is mean. This post is making me insane. Saying this messed up thing. Can I eat this? I think if I saw this in person, I would actually die. Plans to create and worship a Leviathan lobster god. In 1561, an innkeeper called Hugh Draper was imprisoned in the Tower of London for sorcery. Whilst incarcerated, he made these carvings in the walls which displayed astrological symbols and numbers. Hugh, this is not helping you beat the sorcery charges. We should start doing ancient alien conspiracies, but for buildings that aren't even old or impressive. Aliens built this. By far the funniest thing I've learned about Teslas is that you can immobilize it with a circle of salt, like it's an evil spirit or something. Me, I think my computer's broken. Boss, just give it to the IT guy. Okay, walks outside and tosses my laptop into the sewer. Good luck. I misunderstood this post and thought they were implying tech people live in sewers, and I just agreed and went along with it. Oh ho ho, I love mess around and find out signs, especially the really dramatic and ominous but true ones. The mountains will be just as cold and lonely tonight as they were 200 years ago. Do not ski alone. For more information on lung cancer, keep smoking. Who the hell sold me this $40 smartphone? Where did you get this from? Hell, look at the emojis, bruh. Just because he's dead doesn't mean we don't trust him anymore. Mysterious fog, nothing to worry about. Says weatherman who died 20 years ago. I still dream of one day coming home and finding him standing there, waiting for me. I think a found footage movie that is framed as a Twitch livestream could be a really interesting or a horrible train wreck, but I definitely want it either way. Biblically accurate Kirby. Kirby not afraid. If I saw a ghost, I would simply bust it. The ghost or a massive black sarcophagus has been unearthed in Egypt and nobody knows who's inside. Don't open, please just don't open it. Local bloke, utterly obsessed by Roman Empire. vampire, because he too would like to be destroyed by goths. Hey, would you mind trimming your horrifying tree? No worries if not. It's just that I see it every time I close my eyes and it whispers to me in my dreams. Never raw dogged a public restroom before. I'm built different, and I'ma put them back on. In this world, it's milk or bee milk. It's really not. It'd be messed up if our teeth were always flaccid but got hard when we ate. I was having a good day. Can you just imagine trying to talk with waggling, flaccid teeth flapping around in your mouth like weird bone noodles? Stop making it worse. Nothing is better than a glass of blood. Except maybe blood. Hashtag yep. Hashtag I'm evil. All I'm saying is climate change wasn't an issue when we were sacrificing virgins to the sun god regularly. A lot of incels just collecting dust in basements right now. Pet store told me to not feed him after midnight. Not sure why. Who would win in a fight? The Predator or Kevin from Home Alone? How much prep time does Kevin get? We need more scary infinite variants of man-made environments like the infinite IKEA or the backrooms. May I suggest the lot? Security at the airport is getting more straightforward. Are you a terrorist? Whenever I get mad, I go into Photoshop and squash this image of Ellis Mark, creepy goblin. Solve my riddle. How to make a realistic duplicate of your head and face. Hey, how long does it take before the forest god comes to get you after you leave a strand of your hair and a fresh loaf of bread in a mushroom circle by the lake, asking for a They got her. I'm happy for her. Oops. Girlhood is a spectrum. Creepy porcelain doll. Big lizard. Odsy, you should try string cheese. It's good for the mouth. Why are you eating like a rat? I had a dream where the new prank going around was getting Neptuned, where you would ask a friend to look at Neptune through a telescope and they would get a horrific premonition on how the world will end in the form of a video that plays in their head that they physically can't look away from or stop. I can't believe this is real. He is so cute. Furfur. In demonology, Furfur is a powerful great earl of hell. He is a liar. News is looking pretty good today. Bear witness to the skull. Behold, behold, behold. The time for shopping is over. It is time to bear witness to the skull. One weird skull you have to bear witness to. Concept. Baby Yaga house walking around on chicken legs. Being followed by one of those plastic Fisher-Price playhouses on baby chick legs. Excuse my 15-minute rush hour job, but I just had to draw this. During an unprecedented flood in Pakistan, all the spiders found high ground in the very few trees that were left, leaving them all looking like this. What's wrong, babe? You've barely touched your rest in pizza. Humbling myself by looking at photos of solar eclipses. I am so small and afraid. The Human Chair by Junji. Sometimes Junji Ito writes stories about eldritch horrors beyond human comprehension. And sometimes he's like, what if there was a guy living inside of your chair? Wouldn't that be messed up? Nobody scares me more than white drunk men in numbers. They aren't drunk. Honey, nobody wears that outfit sober. You'd be surprised. I would. Eldritch horror. We cannot and will not describe anything. Gothic horror. Minimum 4 pages to describe a staircase. There's 2 ends of the horror spectrum. A medium can communicate with the dead. Imagine what a large could do. They can communicate with the future. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna guess everyone's future. Death. Here's the video of the pale creature caught on a security camera near Moorhead. Coming home so messed up, you end up on a Paranormality magazine. The skeleton of a pufferfish. Not pictured. Me yanking the steering wheel to screech into a parking lot so I could take a picture of this while my sisters and I absolutely lost it upon seeing this truck. Eat her. Me. So how far does your all-seeing sight go? The many-eyed creature in my basement. Are you asking because you tripped on your own shoelace in the foyer and fell on your face? Oh, so you saw that? The many-eyed creature. Trying to be nice. No? Where the hell is the clown music coming from? You. Auditory hallucinations. That's you. For a split second, I thought something had gone terribly, biblically wrong with my cat. Well, that sucks. Scary roommate. Expect to be terrified when you get home. The cinematic event of the year. Seeing a mashup name of 3 pieces of media with Doctor Who in the middle actually gave me war flashbacks, the likes of which would debilitate most people. Jesus. Self-conscious posting photo. But I need advice. How to change skincare routine. With that diagnosis, thinking about how messed up steam engine boiler explosions can look. They're just pipes under there. When the weather starts getting nice, but the only outfits you look good in are all black, he begged no more, but the Holy Hand ignored his plea. Ancient vessel from Iran, dated back to 1000 to 800 BCE. No way. Clown transmission towers, peace and love on earth. One day your knees will buckle under the weight of your endless sins. I will not be there to save you. Snoop Dogg's says only one person has outsmoked him. Childbirth is more painful for the father than the mother. Men are natural empaths. It hurts to see your discomfort. True. You'd be surprised. What would you do with this space? Fill it with rocks and sediment. They call it the Chicago sunroof. Couldn't even edge to this. I exploded immediately. Clean up on aisle MIPE. The new logo looks so bad. Like, what? Change it back to the bird. Just slightly obsessed, eh? I fear what kind of fan art this will inspire. No, not pyro. Therapy ain't enough. I need everyone who did me wrong to suffer. I just made this thin orange line flag to honor our Popeyes workers of America. Please join me in saying thank you to them for their service. Egg mass, hatchling, larval stage, mature wizard. Oh, so the pondering is a brooding behavior. They are waiting for their sons to hatch, I see. A gnome and his rabbit friend waiting for nightfall. I am becoming a terrorist if I see any ads in the sky. Oh my god, blimp. This meme came on my dash, and it's actually very simple. Blimps are living creatures. They're an endangered species. This is by far my favorite safety / warning sign. They really went off with this one. Stop. Prevent your death. Go no further. There's nothing in this cave worth dying for. Loveland Frog. It's a legendary humanoid frog. Nice. You know what time it is, baby? When my vampire boyfriend is over and I've had enough of him. I love digging in the dirt. Vintage pillow belonging to my mother that gets funnier the longer I look at it. Gibbon skeleton. The demon under my bed kidnapping me because I didn't run fast enough while turning off the light. But he was chilling on his staircase railing. Huge feats. The Paris catacombs are 1,000 times more messed up than I imagined. Did you know the cops once found a fully functioning movie theater with a well-stocked bar inside the catacombs? And when they tried to go back later to formally investigate it, it was completely emptied out, except for a note that read, "Don't search for us." Underground French cinema. Work. Save places. Plan a drive. Turn on Sea Beast mode. What the hell is Sea Beast mode on my GPS? Press it. You'll find out. Back when television was good and there were ghost hunting programs on every channel. You like these tattoos? It's sick. Everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about. For example, my tummy hurts. If all humans were to disappear. A thread. In a few days, subway tunnels will flood with water without people to pump the groundwater out. The water will rise to the streets and turn avenues into rivers. Within a few weeks, most house pets will starve to death because they won't be accustomed to hunting in the wild. Zoo creatures will escape and all endangered populations will completely bounce back without humans. Eventually, animals will inhabit all cities and rule the earth. So bitter that whenever anyone says wizard these days, most people jump straight to thinking of Harry Potter. When I say wizard, this is what I'm talking about. Scientists have revived a plant from the Pleistocene epoch. This plant is 32,000 years old. Old gods are waking. Fun fact, the middle of nowhere was an actual place located in New Mexico. The elderly couple who owned the house with their dog repeatedly witnessed many strange incidents. They once reported seeing a creature they identified as a skinwalker. After reporting what they had saw, the family disappeared under strange circumstances. Only their dog was found. Once I dreamt Elon Musk took me into the back of a Musk brand department store, where I was sure he was going to kill me for shoplifting. But instead, he took me to this gungy room with a dirty mattress on the floor and told me he could only fall asleep if someone rubbed his belly like a puppy. And he expected me to do it. Well, did you do it? I like how you leave out the crucial detail of whether you did or didn't. I see your weird Tumblr ads and raise you what even the hell I just got on YouTube. After committing a dangerous crime, PP is out on bail and ready to come home. Ah ha ha. Don't worry, mutuals. I'm not perceiving you as your assigned gender. You are all a glowing humanoid light form to me. Don't even worry about it. In my mind, you look like this. I was at Walmart the other day and I was sitting on a bench waiting for my mum to pay. And I was braiding my hair because that's something I do when I'm bored. And this dude walks by and says, "Hey baby, what else can you do with your hands?" I gave him my most polite smile and said in the sweetest way possible, "Strangle you." And I think I actually scared him because his eyes kind of got wide and he just walked away. Someone free this man. My Italian husband gets a pickle with his food for the first time. Putting ice in my Italian husband espresso. Putting salt in my Italian husband's espresso. What? Italian man, equivalent of those dog owners who intentionally agitate their chihuahuas for views. Me, at a fancy restaurant. I would like to eat here. Receptionist. I'm sorry, you can't eat here without a reservation. Me, pulls this out of my pocket. Starts sweating. I am so sorry. Let me show you to a table. What does this mean? I don't know, but should I get one and try it? Do like a little vlog at the end of a video? Probably die of cringe, to be honest. I think it'd be quite... No, it wouldn't be funny. I'd want to kill myself. Biggest indicator of the US decline. You could buy 6 Big Macs with 1 hour of minimum wage in 1980. But today, you can't even buy one. Despite minimum wage more than doubling, it's over. F's for the USA. Explaining purchasing power collapse to an American. Imagine no burger. Doctors remove 600 nails from man's stomach. Who sits down and eats 500 nails and then goes, "You know what could hit the spot right now? 100 more nails." This is a Gaboon viper. They have the second highest venom yield for any snake snake after the king cobra. It is one of the few snakes that moves straight instead of slithering. I found a dozen eggs in the middle of the woods. Still cold even though it's 100 degrees outside. Is this a fairy trick? Nicolas Cage agrees to return stolen dinosaur skull to Mongolia. There is no longer any distinction between Nicolas Cage's movies and Nicolas Cage's life. 4006 is the funniest SCP. Actually, the area known to the public as the state of Massachusetts. 44 years later, and Laurie still can't properly carve a pumpkin to save her life. I think it's good. Better than what I can do. Oh my god, tumbly poos. Has anyone heard of water? Its particles are so small, they are cute, little cinnamon buns. If you drink it cold, it tastes so good. It has no taste, but it's like so refreshing. Why is no one talking about this? Mr. Shipro, you have milk in your refrigerator, but I see no cows in your field. You are hiding Abigail Shipro under the... Oh my god, this joke is never gonna die, is it? The lady saw a ghost in her child's room and was like, I'll just check it out in the morning. So last night I was positive there was a ghost baby in the bed with my son. I was so freaked out, I barely slept. I even tried creeping in there with a flashlight while my son was sleeping. Well, this morning I go to investigate a bit further. It turns out my husband just forgot to put the mattress protector on when he changed the sheets. I could kill him. Taken at a McDonald's. We thought our daughter was alone in this playground at the time. The face on the left was not visible at the time I took this. When she was asked who was next to her in the picture, she replied, "That's my imaginary friend, Beto." My dreams have a weird special feature that I like to call emergency... Okay, I've read a similar meme. No more emergency Markiplier. What kind of joke is this? Two muffins were sitting in an oven. One says, "Geez, it's hot in here." The other screams. I don't know what crime he committed, but he should have heard the police coming. How do I stop being so handsome? If this were The Sims, I would remove your ladder. What is this creature? Readers added context. They thought people might want to know. This is a sloth. Oh my, what now? I'm not a burger, but you will be soon, baby. Trust. So this is why the sea levels are supposed to be rising. An outfit all men look hot in. I'd put a really fat guy in it then. Wax figure of Dwayne The Rock Johnson at a museum in Paris. Bro, that's paper. When bald people wash their face, how far up do they go? What keeps me up at night? I'm bald, and this keeps me up at night. Amber Heard is one of the most beautiful faces, according to science. She's a 10, but she poops on beds. The irony of being dumped while wearing a face full of clown makeup is not lost on me. Bro could not have picked a worse time. Guys, he got kicked out of his house. Look, there's a bed in the back. I still have good relations with my folks. I just have to keep moving. Better not sneeze. Gonna stab yourself in the heart. When you and Bay, both crazy. You wake up with this man hovering over you. What do? Hide the chipmunks? Hey, why are they playing like this, bro? I'll mess that guy up. On my dead sister's grave. What is your greatest wish? I just want to punch God in the face. This kid is going places. Not heaven for sure, but places. An elephant without a trunk or ears will look like this. 2 more days of inking, and this book is in the can. Bro is still making this. Blink twice if they're forcing you to do this. Bro is. Why does Ice Spice have the perfect birthday? Microsoft Windows date of birth. Kids be like, watch this. Then run and do a little kick. Wasted my time. When your team is losing, so you decide to swallow the ball. Detectives charge Nick, 15, and Doo Bug, 14, with attempted murder. Damn, I would kill people too if I was named Doo Bug. Why can't we wear hats in school, but these women can wear dog collars? This is literally the New Zealand Minister of Health. Readers added context. That is not the New Zealand Minister of Health. The professor has no chill. Relative dating, not the Alabama kind. They don't use Tinder. They use the family photo album. If I was president, no apartment would cost more than $100. Pretty sure this would lead to some sort of economic crisis. My second order would be sending you to hell. It looks like his only source of nutrition is toenails and cigarettes. Bro had beef with the dentist. This is for messing up my mouth. Mansu's neighbor, he paid to get his wife pregnant, but failed after 72 attempts. I still see your shadows in my room. There should be a show called You Will Never Find Out, where each week there is a new story with a new set of characters, and it always ends on a cliffhanger. Well, hello there, Satan. Let me merge, or I swear I will kill us both. I love how this could either be about driving or using Excel. Above is beta footage for the new game called Outside. It is slated to release whenever you decide to shut off that game console. I went outside once. The graphics were great, but the story was awful. The respawn time sucked as well. Imagine a lawyer saying, "But go off," in court. We literally found your DNA evidence on the knife used to kill the victim, but go off, I guess. How long does your ideal hug last? 38 to 45 minutes? That's It's really impractical. You said ideal, not realistic. I would let him ruin my life. How much of your time is spent yearning for fit men on the internet? I'm just saying, maybe he already has. These tunnels were dug by a giant ground sloth that lived 10,000 years ago in Brazil. I'm so easily amused. Oh my god, but the pepper, what the hell? Look at how shocked the plug socket on the wall is. It's so hot outside, even my chair is annoyed. What is that supposed to be? And it's a sincere question. What is that? What the hell is that? Jennifer Lopez says the virus has affected her wedding plans. She's had 7 weddings. I'm sure she will be okay. Can a woman make you a millionaire? Yes, if you're a billionaire. I took her phone and texted the group chat. Guess who I'm with? They said 12 names and none of them were mine. Sunrise in your brown eyes. Blah blah. Look at me, look at me. What have you contributed to society today? Pete Davidson is what I imagine Beetlejuice looked like when he was alive. DoorDash, reply with Halloween for 75% off Halloween. You're big hungry. Yo, who is this? Fans wish Drake a happy birthday. Man, screw that guy Drake and his birthday. 126 men have been with me prior to my relationship, and my man still loves me for me, a king. He just broke up with me. Y'all won. Do you have a lisp? Because air can't get around that massive barrier of teeth. You look like a great white shark, got veneers. This doll looks like it's about to lecture me on my carbon footprint. Hey there, young scientists. Put on your lab coats and strap on your safety goggles, because today we're learning about being knowledgeable in a narrow domain that nobody understands or cares about. The story of my life. Did you mean a PhD? Come on bro, let's hang out. I promise I won't moan if you pet me again. Haha. You're made in the image of something terrible. God has no claim on you. Yes, yippee. You, I'm only 35 and I have my whole life ahead of me. Sports broadcaster. Here comes the oldest player in the league. He's 32. A miracle. I hate driving behind school buses because I know the cool kids in the back are making fun of me. What should I watch, boys? You'll wait. I made macarons yesterday and they turned out ugly, but I challenge you to try and say something nice about them. I'm sure they have a great personality. I used to date a guy who was 6'4" and I'm 5'2", and one time we were arguing and he took a picture of me from his eye level, and honestly that was so disrespectful. Been a follower for a long time. Time to unfollow. This isn't an airport. No need to announce your departure. Bro looks like a television station that's run out of programming at 3 AM. Mom, how should I cook the rice? Start boiling 2 cups of water. And where should I put the rice? Why does every band from the 2000s have a guy that looks like this? I hate when teachers put question mark on graded work. Bro, I don't know what's going on either. Guys in elementary school used to lie about the dumbest stuff, like, bro, your uncle was not a Power Ranger. If the smoke is pink, it's a girl. If it's blue, it's a boy. 2 bombs. One that does more damage than the other. This is the guy from my math book who buys 50 bananas for no reason. Babies be eating anything. What the hell is apple chicken? I'm going out with this thing on Valentine's. Wish me luck. Damn, bro. Even the body pillow won't look at you. Girls after buying a $2,000 PC that has the power of a space station. I hate when people ask me, why are you so quiet? Because I am. That's how I function. I don't ask others, why do you talk so much? It's rude. I just saw a girl streamer get harassed by a dude she beat, and she popped off with, I'm going to get with your dad and give him a child he will actually love. Bro, how do you recover from that? Johnny Depp is the prettiest creature I've ever seen in my life. Have you ever looked to your left at a gas station? Did you know that the first computer programmer was a woman? That's why computer language is difficult to understand. Scientists recently placed a 10-piece set of matching Tupperware in a sealed chamber. When they opened it up a month later, the chamber had 24 lids that did not match any of the 6 remaining containers. Evil villain. You can run, but you can't hide. That's where you're wrong, pal. Out of breath. I can't do either. Yeah, stupid. That's what happens when you drink the evil red skeleton potion. When you want to burn your tongue 25 individual times. When you compare the size of a gummy worm versus a gummy bear, it starts to paint a horrific picture of the gummy universe. This guy looks like Mark Zuckerberg with a soul. Y'all remember when this had the entire theater choking on their popcorn? I'm still in shock. Absolutely no one. Straight men on dating apps. This implies Cinderella is a straight man. Cinderella? Dolphins have returned to Italy. Meanwhile in Canada, he tried to roll into my sister's DM. Sorry, my ball rolled into your DMs, but since I'm here, hey, now here it is. Well played. Murder documentaries be like, he was a good man until he wasn't. A single Japanese radish gives enough energy to a human being to walk 28 feet. The second radish is 29 feet away. This is legitimately the funniest post on this site. Are you a boy or a girl? I am the physical embodiment of suffering. Sorry Disney, but we'll not be watching this. Neither will my son. It is sad how far left they have gone. Let's keep the propaganda out of kids' movies. That's a shame because your forehead would be perfect to project the movie on for the whole theater. If you're a psycho and you know it, clap your hands. That was a pretty good clap. Scenes that absolutely traumatized us as kids and still makes us cry. These animators are just evil. Have you ever really thought about how when you look at the moon, it's the same moon Shakespeare and all these people looked at? They all looked at the moon. They're all dead. The moon is killing people. Wake up, America. I'd love for the people outside of Cleveland to guess what these billboards are for. This layout actually makes no sense. Having one cashier was insane to me, even as a child. Krabs got Squidward up there fending for his life like a Dollar General employee. Imagine farting in these and they fog up. Act normal. Read the Bible. Pray to Jesus. Get well soon. Nya. The fuck is that supposed to mean? Guys who use expensive shampoos, conditioners, lotions, etc, etc. Homeless man. Gentleman. Let's remember that a lady never looks at the bill. That's okay. I will read it out. What's your biggest fear? Being forgotten. What's yours? Hello? If you were the opposite sex for one day, what would you do? I would get with my best friend, Hassan, because if I won't do that, he'll definitely die a virgin. Rappers spend so much money on jewelry, but never on a good tattoo artist. Bro is built like an ice cream sandwich. I'm not letting this guy near my doorstep. Smelvin is approaching. It's like you shaved a Sasquatch pup and gave it a prescription. How can you look a newborn baby in the eye and name it Bruce? Hello to all the Bruces watching this video. Oh, you don't believe in God? Maybe that's why you're a depressed, socially awkward loser with no friends whose life sucks. Damn, they be eating stuff like this in Louisiana. I bet she could bite through a brick like it's a Kit Kat. Put him in a baby seat. Sid from Ice Age be like, you're pointless. That's not funny. I'm actually going through a tough time right now. Triangle, please stop. Going to GameStop to trade these in. Wish me luck. They might just beat you up. New Wendy's mascot. Looks great. He looks like the word lacrosse. People with tool gums never warn you before they laugh and show you the second story of their townhouse mouth. I would like to thank you for this great video, as my brother had been disabled for 20 years, and he suddenly walked after watching it to disconnect the Wi-Fi and started damaging the router. Netflix is opening up a restaurant in LA. Sadly, you can't share a table there. I would like to announce I'm retiring from NASCAR after this season. I cannot drive a car for a league that won't allow my special flag. We actually had to Google who you were. I'm sure your dozens of fans are really sad about your crusade to defend participation trophies. Never marry a boy who pauses his online games for you. It's a trap, girls. They wouldn't ever continue doing it in the long run. It's a trap because you can't pause online games. So I'm at the bank waiting in line, and the guy in front of me is spitting game to the teller. She's laughing, and he's attractive, so I can tell she's digging it. He asks her if he can take her out, and she says, with what? The whole $11 you got in your account? Son, my chest. Guys who don't watch the news are going to pull up to Target for their opening shift and see the general manager waiting like, how the hell is your hair boneless? Chaotic evil. I'm gonna say it. The really terrifying Halloween figure is the other mom from Coraline. Freddy Krueger and Jason got nothing on her. She gave me nightmares from ages 5 to 10, and y'all will treat her with the respect a legendary horror queen deserves. So I'm at the doctor's office and I find this skeleton leg. Naturally, I place it in my pants leg and put my shoe on. The doctor comes in, we talk about why I'm here, and I tell him my leg hasn't been the same since the bike accident, and he can look at it. I then pull off my shoe. He doesn't think I'm funny. Somebody tell my baby mama to take my son's shoes off. This picture describes my love life. I'm the guy in the blue. 1 star. There are roaches all over the place. You are the first roach there. I was given the ability to control what gets printed on the receipts at the donut shop where I work. This is the first thing I did. I bought a donut and they gave me a receipt for the donut. I don't need a receipt for the donut. I give you money and you give me the donut. End of transaction. We don't need to bring ink and paper into this. I cannot imagine a scenario that I would have to prove that I bought a donut. WWE star John Cena will become the first celebrity to grant 500 wishes in Make-A-Wish Foundation history. Damn, 500? Okay, but all joking and internet stuff aside, John Cena is actually an amazing human. 7 years ago, I won 100k on a scratch card. I did not tell anyone, not even my wife, who would want to share it with our family. Instead, I increase blah 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 blah. The type of person to flush a fart. I just heard this story of a boy in prison. His mum borrowed money to help bail him for a very minor crime. The lawyer duped her, and she's been paying a debt of 90,000 for 7 years, and her son is still in prison. Forget our leaders. Nigerians are so cruel to each other. You, what have you done to make a change as a Nigerian? Somewhere out there, there's a tree whose single purpose is to replace the oxygen you waste. Find it and apologize. I made life-size AirPod stickers and stuck them on the ground all over the city. I always dump my leftover popcorn before leaving the movies. Just found the perfect gift for my boss. You've been poisoned. I turn hot dog water into ice cubes for the guests that I don't like. Wrote, "Will you marry me?" in the sand. I hope it messes up a couple's holiday. This looks like it belongs in a Studio Ghibli movie. A parking lot would go crazy here. Bro, I'm so drunk. This is crazy. You know what would be even more crazy? Do you own a vehicle? Today, I was bored and I saw an ant in my kitchen and I placed a few sugar cubes in front of her, and she had some and went to tell her friends. And then I quickly hid the sugar cubes because I wanted them to think she is a liar. Why does this picture look like 21 Savage is a superhero, interrupting a broadcast to reveal his evil plan to the world? Ratatouille is hilarious because the villain wasn't even evil, he just didn't want food to be cooked by rats. I grounded my kid, and this was his response. Nobody will notice. Somebody just padlocked my ear and ran away with the key. If I ever become a surgeon, I would say right before the patient passes out from anesthesia. Okay, pull up the WikiHow article. User named Beavis has been terrorizing me since 2004 by sending me pictures of cups that are too close to the end of the table. Pure evil. Form A is my dream. Form B is my nightmare. When I'm bored, I go around putting these stickers on paper towel dispensers. Voice activated. Say loudly. Paper towel now. We tricked the new guy into thinking that he had to fill up the water fountain. My sister ate my leftovers I was saving, so I taped this to her bathroom window. Have a nice shower, sweetie. What the hell is Outback Steakhouse planning? Mind your damn business. It's an ad for funeral services. It's so rude, but so genius. My son turns 1 this month. Shit, got like 1 baby. Don't nobody care about that baby. I just saw 2 blind people fighting. I yelled he got a knife, and they both started running. A pretty lady in a restaurant just asked me, "Are you single?" I happily replied, "Yes." She took away the extra chair in front of me. Obsessed with this specimen I found on TikTok, covering my parents' bathroom in peanut butter. Whoever sold this drone to my grandma can go to hell. In 2010, a man in England was arrested for recording his neighbor's noisy dogs and replaying the noise at full volume over the neighbor's fence. Day 4 of sticking my dad's things to the ceiling. Today, the TV remote. I just checked my YouTube notification to see that one of my comments had like 234 replies. On inspection, I found that 2 people were chatting in the reply section for like a week, so I deleted my comment. Commenting, "Love this, you're so brave," on someone's normal picture of themselves. My 7-year-old just talked back to me. Tomorrow, while she's at school, I'm logging into Minecraft and destroying her village. Don't destroy it, just plant a bunch of TNT with pressure plates around her, so she destroys it when she logs in. God only gave you one butt, and this is how you plan to treat it. Man arrested for everything. What did this man do, officer? He just did everything. Go ahead and park like an idiot. I have something for your fancy backup camera. In a game with no consequences, why are you still playing the good side? Because being mean makes me feel bad. 23 fucking 100 years of philosophy, and this guy on Tumblr gets it in a meme. Hey Walmart, I have a very important question to ask. So my brother only has one eye, and one time in art class, the teacher said, "Draw your neighbor's eye." So he took his fake eye out and sat it on the girl's desk that was sitting next to him, and she screamed and started crying. Your brother is golden. I could legit point out 30 women that look better than my girl on a daily basis, but that doesn't mean I will leave her. Y'all crazy. Word. Looks don't mean shit. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. My man looks this whole to me. I don't care what the next person sees. Oh no, my girl legit ugly to me, but I'm saying it's cool. I'm 10 years sober today. Big day. Congratulations on your sobriety, but you look dreadful in both pictures. All my love, Maureen. Y'all stepping on this for 1.5 billion. They ain't say I had to kill it, so I'ma just lightly tap on bro's head with the bottom of my shoe, then slide my boy a stag for the troubles. Dude, I would stain the pavement with that thing for a McDonald's Sprite. Morning ruined. You a grown-ass man. Pick it up. If I have a daughter, I'm going to name her Lizard, and then she will get the nickname Liz, and everyone will be like, "Oh, is it short for Elizabeth?" And she will have to say, "No, my name is Lizard." Why I never trust a guy who drinks milk. I love how milk has become the universal symbol of true evil and psychopathy in film, because it's both valid and correct. You can now buy a jigsaw puzzle that's made up entirely of tiny clear pieces. When I'm a parent, I won't take my kids' electronics when they get in trouble. I will just take the charger so I can watch the fear in their eyes as they use it less and less, while the battery slowly begins to run out. If his name name starts with J. He's probably Satan. I literally died for your sins. How do I turn my cat vegan? I don't want her to eat meat because it's not right. Pizza, but everything is crust, except the crust. On February 14th, I will post I miss us comments on every couple's photo I see. I'm a bartender and have ruined a lot of graduation parties by saying, congratulations, that's the same degree I got. What can I get you to drink? Never sleep with a friend who's good at Photoshop. I pretended to add my number into this obnoxious guy's phone. All I did was edit his mum's contact. I hope she likes pee-pee pics and booty calls. Me reading all 396 replies of two strangers arguing in the comments section, like, I downvote all their comments so they think the other person is downvoting them. I wrapped every single Lego piece for my little brother. Merry Christmas. I once photoshopped Waldo out of a Where's Waldo picture and sent it to my friends. In 8th grade, I had a teacher who, if he caught you reading, would take your book away, read the ending, then threaten to tell you the ending if he caught you reading it again. I just locked some open milk in a gym locker. I don't know the combination. I'll give it a couple of days before the whole locker room smells like absolute shit. Guys need to get more hobbies. Ain't no reason you would try hard at video games. Try hard at life, bitch guy. Bro just got smoked after a long day at work. You guys, my best friend in school straight up asked me out today at lunch, and I felt the spark this semester, and I'm so relieved and excited. Could not care less. Not sure why this is on my feed. My granddad's dementia is so bad, he's asked me if I have a job 10 times. 10 times I have to admit I'm a jobless wasteman. He don't got dementia, he just in disbelief. Guys, I have a crush. It's always a crush and never a job. Got mine ready. I can tell by your hand, you're not handsome. This pepper is exceptionally evil. It's a hybrid. Bro's got him wielding gloves just to touch it. I am not eating this. She bumped my leg and didn't say excuse me, so when I brought it to her attention, she said your leg shouldn't have been in the way. Well, since she wants to be petty, I'm going to be petty. There was once a small gas station whose facilities had nothing. No hand towels, no soap, the sink was out of order, and no empty toilet paper roll. Where does this individual fall on this chart? I need to know if pooping in the sink versus toilet was the right response. I changed my comment so you won't know why this got so many likes. Replying lol under chicks' photos, then not replying when they ask you what's so funny, so they start to second guess the picture. A whole new level of mean parking. Sometimes I forget sad jokes are only funny on the internet. I told this guy I wished the earth was flat so I could yeet myself off the edge, and he just got concerned. Iranian teacher drives to the village to teach his only students in there using his car as a whiteboard. My boyfriend bought some donuts and I took a bite out of every single one of them just to mess with them, but then he got mad about something else, and I'm afraid when he sees the donut he's going to lose his mind. In 1994, Los Angeles police arrested a man for dressing as the Grim Reaper, complete with a scythe and standing outside the windows of an old people's home, staring in. My evil clone pointing at me. Shoot him, he's the clone. Friend aims at the clone. The real Alex would never pass up on an opportunity to die. My mum is visiting for the weekend and sleeping in. I'm wondering if I should shake her awake and tell her she's going to be late for school, then say she can have 10 more minutes of sleep, but come back again in 4 minutes. I'd be skipping over y'all's missing cousins when y'all post them, just like y'all do to my music. If I ever become a music artist, I'm going to name my songs something random that isn't related to the songs in any way, and then watch my fans argue about the meaning behind the name, but there is no meaning, it's just nonsense. If you're feeling bored, find a group photo of 4 girls on Instagram, and then comment, you 3 look great, wait and grab popcorn. How the hell did they make that penguin from Wallace and Gromit look so evil? Like, it's literally just a penguin, but it somehow radiates pure malice. Look at it. I've noticed a trend in life. The larger a thing is, the more likely it is to be evil. This applies to companies, YouTubers, people, and mountains. In cases of dogs, the direct opposite is true. A notable outlier. I used to pee on my brother's bed in the mornings so I would get first crack at video games or television, while he helped clean up his mess. I've been monitoring what my ex watches on my Netflix account, so that the moment it looks like she's really getting into a show, I can change the password. When I was in 3rd grade, we had Google Earth on the school PCs. There was a flight simulator, and I would ask kids for their addresses, and I would show them the flight simulator, fly the plane straight into their house, and say I was controlling a real plane and that I destroyed their home. Back in university, a girl mocked my presentation one time, so I searched for her group and asked the topic they were presenting on. I spent 4 days researching on it, and asked her so many questions like it was common knowledge that she cried. Stay blessed, precious one. You have accidentally killed a witch and gained 1% of her power. You can now curse people for eternity, but only with mild inconveniences. What curses do you bind your enemies? Their finger always breaks through the toilet paper. Man spent 6,700 euros on pizza with neighbor's bank card as she lays dead and flat for 2 years. Wow, I read the first few words of this and I was like, huh, same. And then I kept reading and I was like, oh god, not the same. I want to stick my hand in it, but I do not. Something terrible in me wants to flip this table. If Lay's bought M&Ms, someone didn't think think out this JFK memorial, huh? Oh no. My first attempt at creepypasta. Beginner here, go easy on me. Carpeted kitchen, what the fuck? I wear a clown mask to sleep just in case one of my kids has a nightmare and comes in to sleep in our bed. Mama, can I borrow 600? No. I think we should buy a bunch of blow-up dolls and fill them up with helium. We can release them and make everyone think they missed the rapture. I knew Twitter was a lawless place when someone posted their flight confirmation and someone else called up and cancelled their flight. This happened just before my last 24-hour flight from Sydney to London. We had boarded but had not taken off yet, and someone airdrops me a video. I open it and it is someone from business class stretching out their legs. Still can't fucking believe I got done like that. Working self-checkout, I had a child once grab a candy bar and the mum said no, but the child scanned it anyway and said, "Ha, I scanned it, so now you have to buy it." And I walked over so fast and said, "I can delete that for you, ma'am." The child cried. I laughed. It was a good day. I want to become a teacher just to accidentally leave my PC open on an exam. I will then make a file which is named exam solutions and then put this video in it. Supervillains. We get some kids riled up for pizza and then leave. Why not step outside for a bit? Tornado warning in this area. I just met Billie Eilish at the beach. Are you okay? You wet? A guy I put in the friend zone a year ago almost got a girlfriend today, so I told him I like him. I don't, but I need him just in case. A hotel in Germany uses 3D carpets to keep guests from running in the hallway. The bathroom door says men from the outside, but from the inside it says women, spelled backwards, so you will think you were in the wrong bathroom. My friend stole a stack of diamonds, and this is what he used them on. I am a nanny for 4 children. When the 8-year-old I care for gives me a lot of attitude, I get on her iPad when she goes to school, and I delete her worlds on Minecraft. If you dip cotton balls in water, they will stick to anything on a cold night. Me, good night kids. Good night dad. Good night monster that eats children who are bad. Wife, through radio under the bed. Good night. Yesterday, I asked my 12-year-old son what other kids at school think about him having 2 dads. His response, they don't care, but they don't like how I'm immune to your mama jokes. Your mother is so ugly, your dad had to get her husband. Tell me what's on your mind. If a dentist makes money off people with bad teeth, then why would I buy a toothpaste that's 4 out of 5 dentists recommend? She's not wrong, but did she have to say it? Your child is being a terrible influence on me. Sweetheart, you two met because you were the only 2 girls left in a frat house in Ohio at 7 AM. What do you expect? OMG, so yesterday I put a salt line on the pathway to our front door because I was messing around and my brother was pretending to summon a demon. If a tornado looks like it's not moving, it's moving towards you. Thanksgiving ain't shit without my granny. Fuck your granny. 5-year-old girl left in tears after she's fined £150 by a local council for setting up a lemonade stand. Just because you're 5 doesn't mean the law doesn't apply to you. Fucking idiot. My favorite picture of us. Who is this? Sorry, wrong number. Y'all ugly. Me, every 15 minutes when I remember what being stabbed felt like. I've been stabbed before, but I don't complain about it. I have ADHD. Try having dyslexic. It's not a competition. Okay, but if it was I would win. I want a Viking funeral, but I don't have a boat, so chuck my corpse onto some rich guy's yacht and set me on fire. Please bring toxic masculinity back, because why I show up on a date, and me and him was wearing the same shirt, who looked better. He ate me up. I had to wear my jacket. That's what I thought. Over a week sober. See how long I can last. You probably just broke. People doing keto will put mayonnaise on their bacon, then sprinkle cheese over it, and be like, I'm finally taking charge of my health. When you close the fridge door and hear some stuff fall and leave it in for the next person. Devil's Horns sunrise captured in Qatar during a partial eclipse during sunrise. Always go for this. Never ever go for this. Only villains do that. A playlist for a 19th century villain scheming against his enemies. Peace was never an option. My housemate has just left for a 3rd date with a girl he met on Tinder. Claims he's going to bring her home tonight. He's been a bit of a pain lately, so it's time for payback. Engage in Facebook stalk mode. Find his date. Print some photos of her. Frame and place randomly around the house. The cherry on the top is her high school graduation photo on his bedside table. Glass headstones. Imagine a graveyard full of these on a sunny day. It would be so beautiful. I would position mine so that every day when the sun was in the right position, it would set fire to the roof of someone I hated, thus achieving revenge from beyond the grave every single day. There are 2 kinds of people. Satan, 5 days into Armageddon, realizing humans are already adapting and starting to make memes about the demons. My teacher gives out these pencils to the people in class who forgot to bring a pencil or pen to class. Mutant dandelions. My god. The 3rd one almost looks like a human hand. Nature is amazing. New Tinder idea. Upload all of my photos upside down so girls turn their phones to look at them. Obviously realize I'm ugly, then swipe left, but of course, now that's actually right. Bing bang boom. Match. If I was a famous actor and had a horde of fangirls, I would stay single, and every time an interviewer asked me about my love life, I would answer that there's this one girl I saw at a meeting with fans. I don't know her name because all of the fuss with the autographs, and I only have seen her once, but I'm in love with her. I would say that all looking sad and lonely. Imagine all all the fangirls' faces. Just calm down a second there, Satan. In my defense, Your Honor, I had really good music on, and it made me want to do something evil. I filled in for my parents today at my little sister's college orientation because they could not make it. While I was having lunch with the other parents, one of the mums commented on how young I looked. I told her I had Jessica when I was 13. She choked on her salad. Y'all never tried pizza rolls in hot chocolate. Y'all missing out. Believe it or not, wild hogs used to be even more evil. Weighed 1 ton and were the size of a horse. I need you so badly. Evil Pokemon team admins when they find out the legendary Pokemon sacred to their region. I saw a post that said, women have so much evil in their blood that God has to drain it once a month. And bruh, finger licking good. And its ontological opposite, toe sucking evil. Me when a man disrespects me and I can unleash the evil bitter hatred that hides in my heart. Bus drivers who reopen their doors when they see someone running towards the stop are neutral good. Any other kind of bus driver is automatically lawful evil, chaotic evil. The bus driver who saw me running to the stop and waited until I was at the door to close it and drive away. The ancient evil has been sealed. When you realize Ariana Grande is 5'2", her being obsessed with taking other people's boyfriends makes sense. Like, that is evil known behavior. Not evil anymore. I want to be loved now. Evil again. It's just carpet, woven from pure evil. I'm like Heinz Doofenshmirtz because I, too, like being petty, singing off-key, and oversharing my deepest traumas for no discernible reason. I also think of myself as evil, but I'm at best a minor inconvenience. How to be evil. Step 1, call everyone a fool. See you soon. I'm making your favorite. I also invited another guest. Hey parents, instead of Elf on the shelf in December, let's do a Doll in the Hall in October. You take a creepy porcelain doll that your kids already believe is haunted and keep it secretly moving around the house. For an extra festive touch, put the doll right in bed with one of your kids too. Like, if I should quit rapping. I haven't ever listened to it, but I can guarantee you it's ass. Quit everything, bro. Retire from life. You're useless. Blood went straight to the point. If you could telepathically say something that all 7.8 billion people on Earth could hear at once, what would it be? Act out a conversation between two people talking about shutting down the simulation, then freak out about it, accidentally broadcasting the whole conversation in the simulation. What's it like being taller than 5'2"? Is it nice? Can you comfortably reach cupboards? We live in constant fear of the short ones, who, in my experience, will climb 4 chairs, 2 boxes, a small coffee table, and 6 oddly placed stools to get what they want. I got drunk alone, and people actually cared. I was in a dark place and just had to get out of the house. I started drinking in a pub alone and went to a nightclub. I'm not allowed to drink because of health issues, so this was the first time I was drunk in 2 years. I sat alone in the corner, upset, realizing nobody cares. Some big 6'4" guy approaches me and sat next to me and spent probably an hour talking to me about life. He wasn't drunk. He saw I was in pain and wanted to help. He told me he hated seeing men suffering alone because we don't get any support. He gave me his contact details and so did his girlfriend. He told me he would drop anything to come and hang out if I was ever lonely. His girlfriend's sister even walked me home to make sure I was okay. I woke up happy for the first time in a while, and it showed me how much people do care about me, even people I don't know. If you could telepathically say something that's I've read this before, so I mean I could read it. Subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Whoever designed this carpet is evil. That's a flat surface. How to make guests uncomfortable in your home. This is the single greatest thing I have ever seen. His evil twin, Kilometers Morales. Serial killers saw these glasses and were like, yo, hey, do you want the rest of my shake? I'm full. What is wrong with you? Whoever put this up in the airport, I hate you. Dating a religious girl is the best. I cheat, she finds out. Then we pray about it and blame the devil. Isn't it crazy that in 100 years, everyone in this comment section will be dead? Not me though, I'm built different. April 21st, 2028. Bro, what? Men losing their glasses when they turn evil. It's because they can't see the consequences of their actions. Someone stole my phone last week and I just saw these photos on my iCloud. On February 14th, I will post I miss us comments on every couple's photo I see. Put a mirror on the stairs, scare the hell out of everyone. My wife and I are sitting on the couch watching TV, and then I hear a text, realizing I left my phone in the kitchen. I get up, go to the kitchen to check it. It's a text message from my wife. Please bring the chips on your way back. John Cena accidentally says, you can't see me, to a blind kid. After finishing a 90-kilometer ultra marathon, runners have to leave the stadium using these stairs. Someone broke all the Kit Kats at my store. Frog Army teen breeds millions of frogs in his backyard and leashes them on his neighborhood. Hello, little human. Okay, I kiss you now. Fun fact, the cat is checking the baby's mouth to see if it's still breathing. Were it not breathing, the cat would commence to eat it. Fun fact, pastor claimed that he went to hell and killed Satan. What's for dinner, mum? A vase of spaghetti and milk in a floral glass. Eat your aesthetic, Jonathan. These are called witches' stairs. Allegedly, witches cannot climb up them. You will occasionally find them in in old New England homes. Yes, I imagine they are quite good at hurting old women. That's messed up on so many levels. What's messed up about it? Whoa, if that's you on your profile, you are really ugly. What the hell? Thorny devil, found in Central Australia. If the devil tempted Eve with an apple, he tempted me with the Home Depot employee stairs. The most evil rug I've ever seen. Imagine being drunk. People always say cyclists need to be more afraid of cars because in a collision, the car wins. It doesn't always have to be like that. We can both lose. What's the worst thing you've ever said to your parents? Twitter has me messed up, bruh. My dad started arguing with me and I told him, end it. The woman can balance herself, making it easier for you to carry her. Try picking up a 55-kilogram dead person. I agree. It was really hard when I did it. My son has been missing for a full 24 hours now. If we can hit 10k likes, I'll report it to the police. I want to like this because it's funny, but I also don't want your son to be found. Why does this guy look like he's plotting world domination with his evil cat? You don't sleep with the door open so the evil shadow from the hallway can get in? No. When school gets hard, just remember this. Knowledge is power. Power corrupts. Study hard. Be evil. This is really inspiring to me. The alphabet is seen from the side. The alphabet is seen from directly above. The fourth law of robotics is you gotta make it so the eyes go red when they turn evil. I finally quit drinking for good. Now, I drink for evil. Taking candy from a baby is seen as evil, but it's actually good because candy is bad for babies. Geese aren't cute, they are evil. People who talk about computer chips being evil sigils have never seen an automatic transmission valve body. This random number texted me and I couldn't help myself. When you get home and get the baby settled, call me. I thought you had the baby. What? If you're bored on Valentine's Day, just go up to random couples in restaurants and yell, who the hell is she? In 8th grade, I had a teacher who, if he caught you reading, would take your book away, read the ending, then threaten to tell you the ending if he caught you reading it again. Brazil has nearly 60,000 murderers. Here's a map to put that number in perspective. But, evil America. Brazil number uno. Why use guns when you can just put pins in Nerf bullets? If I were to make a horror game, I would have it autosave at random times, just to mess with the player. Or hell, put up a fake autosave. When I'm mad, I chew on this photo of Demi Lovato. Some kid at my local grocery store was saying poggers out loud in the cereal aisle. So I told his mother it was a racial slur. Safe to say, he ain't touching his Xbox for a while. This is messed up, forcing a kid into something he doesn't understand just because you believe in it. A child should never have to wear Crocs. Missing hiker was held captive as slave to 200-pound female cougar. Trigger warning, driving while intoxicated, driving without a license, posting while driving. Hey guys, what's up? Florida woman allegedly assaulted 2 people for doing inappropriate stretches at a pool. She attacked us. She is hiding a PS5 in her mouth. That haunts me, bro. When I touched 340 pounds, I thought that was hell. I'm down 41 pounds now. Still fat. Keep working though. Remove the hand from the box and you die. What's in the box? Wet food from the sink. Whenever we get into a heated argument, my wife stops mid-argument to take a selfie with me. I'm never amused. Just told a guy talking on his phone in the library to shut up. And then everyone applauded me, so I told them to shut up too. I deserve the seat because I am a woman. I gave my seat for an old lady in the bus. Next day I lost my job as a driver. The world is cruel. Someone stole my debit card, went and spent $60 at a restaurant, and then only left a $4 tip. It's not even your card, and you leave a $4 tip. Unreal. The girl I like threw away her plastic spoon after she was done eating, so I took it home with me when she wasn't looking. I put it on my board. You can still see the food on it. It still even has the smell. You think everything's a game. He's too happy. Put that guy down. I enjoy getting my sleeves wet when I wash my hands. Whenever I'm at work and I have to wash my hands, I purposely wet my sleeves so that they stick better to my wrists and give me a nice cooling sensation. It's pure bliss. Be the villain you were born to be. Stop waiting for someone to come along and corrupt you. Succumb to the darkness yourself. This is surprisingly motivating. Why don't they make chew toys for adult humans? I used to chew on my ex's forearm. He had an injury and had sustained nerve damage, so he couldn't feel it. It was the best stress reliever. One of the few things his worthless self was good for. It's fun to chant Bloody Mary into your car side mirror 3 times and watch her jog and try to keep up. Being mean, even to demons. One day I will be strong and punch the sun. Yeah. Pretty sure that's not possible, so I will punch it. Look, buddy, if you try and punch the sun, your hand is just going to get burned up. Not really sure what you're expecting here. I'm gonna punch it real hard. I have this theory that if they had given the emoji guy like the simple dot eye emojis, then he wouldn't have been as inherently hateable. What do you guys think? Correct. They are destroying my garden. What is it? And how do I get rid of them without pesticides? Using that emoji after a normal sentence is the funniest thing ever. Whatever. Had to bury my wife again. It is depressing to see the number of people who voted yes on this poll. If someone offered you 10k, but if you take it, a random person on Earth dies, would you take the 10k? Analyzing evil Walter White from Breaking Bad. Can you do a video killing people with a rock? Name a scam. The zoo charges us to see animals that they stole. Is gym really worth it? Was there some sort of study that says seasoning decreases muscle growth? Or do bodybuilders just eat the food equivalent of a sad note every day, voluntarily? I get why people associate this imagery with the devil now. Me at my evil computer, typing evil posts. Evil. Yeah, I don't like this. I hope nobody is evil. Smiley face. Oh no. SpongeBob eating an apple, season 2 versus season 12. Lil Nas X looks like an evil bisexual Christmas elf. I have never been so visibly disrespected in all of my life. Use your creativity for good, not evil. My thing I like to do is cooking in front of my friends who know which knife is made for what and forcing them to watch me use the wrong one for the wrong thing. Use a cheese grater for tomatoes. You will burn in hell for this. This post is evil. Please do not interact with it to contain the evil. Release the evil. Stop that. Wait, I have an awesome house design. I am architecture. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. This is the most optimistic thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Crematorium gets defibrillator. The room before the final boss, where the game lets you stock up, is the final boss poop. Every time there is a discussion on real AI enhanced images, I remember this image and die. What speed do you listen to your music at? I typically do 2 times, but sometimes I'll do 3 times for longer songs. I passed my state bar exam. My first client got sentenced to life. What if I followed every account? A lot of racism on here. I know he shot me, guys, but I forgave him. We forever. There is no way. My grandma died a few days ago, and I remember how she told me you were her favorite. All cheating aside, I need you right now. My grandma would want this. If you were dropped 2,000 years back in time with nothing but the knowledge you have now, what would you do? I would play Chief Keef until my phone died, then end it. If you choke to death on an ice cube, no one will know how you died. And yes, it's possible for an animal to be trans. Your cat having a pee-pee does not make it male. It's animal abuse to misgender your animals. He told me he's going to hug the evil out of the evil queen. Health must come first, or else evil can't prosper. She's spitting facts. Take care of yourself, or evil can't prosper. Drinking my violence milk, it makes me very evil and dangerous. Daily reminder, the aliens in They Live are less evil than our current overlords. The last sentence is the funniest sentence in the entire game. Evil Sims loves the dark, take great delight in the misfortune of others, and prefer to lead a life as far away from goodness as possible. Evil Sims will benefit in the pursuit of a business degree from Sims University. Supervillains when they were kids. Jim Carrey's Grinch was chaotic neutral, but Mike Myers' Cat in the Hat was just straight up chaotic evil. Something evil is afoot in East LA. Dark CVS, please give me your unholy ibuprofen. Chickenless bone wing. Wrong. Ghost chicken. Evil iFunny users be like, this picture goes hard. $5 to screenshot. I can't believe I predicted NFTs. I'm going to summon a demon. Yes, go kill my rival. I'm not a demon, I'm a daemon. Like the voice that spoke to Socrates. What? I'm not evil. I'm more like a spirit who gives advice. You need to get a girlfriend, okay? John Goodman has changed his name to John Badman after dedicating his life to evil doings and deviousness. Game developers, but do people want to play evil characters? Untitled Goose Game. Just stumbled upon an Angry Birds OC wiki and what? Jeffrey the Evil, Jeffrey the Good, Jeffrey the Neutral. The idea that vengeance against evil just makes you as bad as the evil you're taking up arms against feels very much like something the bad guys would make up and spread across popular culture to make sure we don't shove their head in a guillotine. Just saying. The greatest trick the devil ever played was getting me banned from an all-you-can-eat pizza buffet. Why'd you get banned? Touched the rat? What rat? Chunky cheese. Ratatouille is hilarious because the villain wasn't even evil. He just didn't want food cooked by rats. Dude, shut up. We didn't think anyone would notice that plot hole. We're not giving the Oscar back. I was presenting something in English the other day, and this kid started snickering and laughing at me. So I just stopped in the middle of talking and stared at him with the best evil look ever, and +1 for dirty look at Winston. If I wrote a dystopian novel where the corrupt evil megacorporation that controls society has a smirk for a logo, my editor would tell me to use a less heavy-handed metaphor. And yet, I can be your angel or your devil. I would help if you spelled angel right. 1. It's a meme. 2. Why are you so damn grumpy about misspelling grammars? Dude, we made it up. Go outside. Good God, the devil arrives. When you spend your whole life fighting evil, but evil wins the Oscar twice. The Resident Evil 2 Remake burger. I like to add this anytime I submit online forms because is, I know that some developer is going to see it and wonder if they actually have a bug. Fun fact, crows can talk like parrots do. It requires a process called freezing their tongue. Yes, I want to train a flock of them to say,
Run.
and release them onto a hiking trail. I want to ask, how many nightmares do you want to give people? All of them. I'm in a Walmart parking lot, watching a woman who can't remember where she parked. Every time she holds her remote in the air, I honk my horn. I don't know why my last post was deleted. This page says no rules. Once again, selling positive pregnancy tests for $50 each. Need money for my kids. Make that man yours. Forever. I have seen a demon making a withdrawal today. It's going to be a long year. Villain, how did you find my secret lair? The secret lair. Counting to 100,000 in one video. Going to report this for not safe for work, so that YouTube has to watch the whole thing. Just sold my house. The inspector and buyers are there today. Left them a little gift in a basement cabinet. I just met Billie Eilish at the beach. Are you okay? Are you wet? Do you know someone with kids? Do you hate that person? Oh no, a hornet. Relax. They're more afraid of you than you are of it. I like using cursive fonts. Run. The simple drink hack to save money at Disney World. Pre-pandemic, I would have just looked for half or 3/4 full bottles left around the park. Tasted just as good. When I was a kid, I dropped a— yeah, this is just attempted murder. He blocked me 3 days ago, but still has me on life 360. I threw my phone out of the car, so it notified him that I was in an accident. I now have 47 missed calls from him and haven't answered a single one. I ordered a Han Solo bookmark on eBay. It arrived today. This is how it was packaged. I set up a camera outside my house because my dog always was barking at something. I thought I would catch an animal or something, but boom, who the hell is this? You can run, but you can't hide. That's where you're wrong, pal. I can't do either. PSA, men don't get to decide what's sexist. So a particular group of people cannot have an opinion on something due to their gender. I am almost positive there is a term for this. I know this guy did not just put cologne on his toilet paper. Some girl linked with him a couple months ago, and she said he stank. Look how happy my friend is on his wedding day. Old skitty doo-doo ass guy. Tell me your toxic trait as a movie watcher. I fire a real gun at the screen when I see a bad guy. I am sorry Flappy Bird users. 22 hours from now, I will take Flappy Bird down. I cannot take this anymore. He actually thought he was Oppenheimer. You big into Peaky Blinders?
Don't even joke, lad.
When your homie is winning, but you're too petty to let him get first place. When your ex says happy 1-year anniversary to her new guy, and you broke up 8 months ago. When you don't want me to move, but you tell me to go. What do you mean? How I sit down behind others. How others sit behind me. Tinder is horrible. How many tattoos do you have? Why are you dressed as a minion? Today I learned that some people don't drive with both of their feet. Do you use both or one foot? I use two. I like to cross my legs when I drive though, so left foot for acceleration and right for braking. Your brother got me pregnant and I'm keeping it. Did you see where I put the salsa though, lol? Losing my mind, just offered the aisle seat to the guy sitting between me and my girlfriend on a flight, and then he said he would rather stay in the middle seat between us. Leaning in, really close to people at the wishing well and whispering, I wish your wish doesn't come true, then throwing in a penny. Translation, when you're asleep tonight, I'm going to eat your heart. I have never hated anyone in my life, except this next guy. My old job, I worked at a pizza place. Every week, this guy came in and ordered 2 large pizzas, and every single week, I yell, pick up Smith, and he walks up to the counter, shows me his receipt. I slide the pizza across the counter. When you think you feel an evil presence staring at you at 3 a.m. and flip on the lights. Now then, what's your third wish going to be? Yeah, this guy's not a good person. Scientists recently placed a 10-piece set of matching Tupperware in a sealed chamber. When they opened it a month later, the chamber had 24 lids that did not match any of the 6 remaining containers. What the hell is this monstrosity? People of the internet, it is time we put all of our disagreements aside. This evil is too great, too evil. We must stand together against this and see that in our demand for non-weird hummus, we can see each other's shared heritage. Cousins, we need each other now more than ever. I know people are making jokes, but this is a serious situation. In Japanese culture, prime ministers, even former ones, are considered important figures, and assassinating them is a serious cultural taboo. Murder is actually really frowned in Japan. It goes against the traditional concept of which means to live. Ah yes, I was looking for a soap dispenser labeled ketchup with a picture of grapes. I really want this bottle in my bathroom. I would place it next to matching decorative soaps and towels, as if it seems like it fits, but I will actually fill the thing up with ketchup. So when I have guests over and they decide to use the bathroom, they will see this bottle and have a moment of cognitive dissonance. This soap bottle in the bathroom is labeled ketchup, so surely it must dispense soap instead of ketchup, despite the label saying ketchup, right? And then they have a moment of realization, followed by abject horror mirror as they pump vicious ketchup all over their hands instead of soap. One time in math class, my teacher was really annoyed at us and he was yelling, "Do you even know basic math? Do you know addition? What's 2 plus 2, Corey? What's 2 plus 2? And poor Corey wasn't paying attention, so I leaned over to him and whispered, 7. And he blurted out, 7. And I have never laughed harder, and I doubt I ever will. The Chinese aunties told me to post this. Asian buildings are designed so that when evil spirits fall from the sky onto the roof, they are propelled back up towards the sky. American houses are designed so that the evil spirits fall into your neighbor's lawn. If a female octopus is hungry and doesn't want to mate, but the male tries to, she will let him insert his mating arm and begin the process before inching closer to him. Then she will strangle him, kill him, and feast on his corpse in her den for a few days. My job fired me yesterday, saw it coming, just a seasonal position, already have a new job. And they asked me if I could still show up for my shift today because no one else could take it. I said yes. It is now 10 minutes past when I was supposed to clock in and I am laying in bed. I'm a nasty hag. Welcome to my evil hut. I'm not trying to be evil, but you seem all kinds of messed up. Are you okay? Please have some soup and stop to rest a while. That's the most evil glare I think I've ever seen on a cat. I did a little prank. I'm going to put all of these over my girlfriend's island. Evil clown stole my ingredients and will chop carrots into a big pot, meant to fool you into believing it's an odd hot tub, so he can then cook and eat you. What are you doing? It must feel so good to be an evil guy and sit at a circle table with other evil guys to discuss evil things. Like, imagine saying some evil stuff here. People doing keto will put mayonnaise on bacon, then sprinkle cheese over it and be like, I'm finally taking charge of my health. Had to unplug the touch lamp to prevent this adorable guy from turning it on whenever he was hungry at night. He's so smart and evil. How I wake up knowing my enemies ontologically evil and there is no act against them, which is wrong. Hey, we can say that your account balance is at -$2, so we're gonna charge you a $35 each shit fee because we're the bank. Billionaires going to space for 15 seconds rather than paying taxes, ending homelessness, ending world hunger, cancelling student debt. Stephanie, if you found out you have 1 day left, what would you do with it? Say goodbye and fix my relationships. Something illegal, except my fate? I would message 10 people on Facebook saying if they didn't forward the message to 10 people, I would die tomorrow. My bottled water scared me to death last night. I despise this light outside of my apartment. My girlfriend's hair clip nearly put me in a cardiac arrest. Fun biology fact, toddlers' skulls are full of teeth, waiting, watching. Emojis in real life are terrifying. Anonymous hero donates hospital 200 human kidneys. Did you know there is a concept art of teenage Shrek? This is no. What's normal at 3 p.m. but terrifying at 3 a.m. The sound of the ice cream truck. This is the most cursed face swap I have ever seen. This is why you always wear a helmet or get a car. I'm bored. Got any interesting stories, people? Maybe it would be better if you told us what that thing is in your mirror. I can't believe this just happened to me. I'm screaming. Wrong number. Sorry. The owner of the photo said, I suddenly woke up at night and found my cat sitting like this, looking at me. If spiders worked together, they could eat all humans in a year. If I cut off my foot and like swing it at your head, am I kicking or hitting you? You will most likely be mentally scarring me more than anything. The coffee shop had Among Us cookies today. They should make one of the cookies the imposter and just poison it. Apparently this is what it looks like when you take a selfie through a paper towel roll. If that glass breaks, humanity is doomed. I wanted to give my dog a haircut, and now I want him to leave my house. I'm scared. Every night, Satan checks under his bed, confirming that thing is not there. Dear girlfriends and wives, please hang up your wigs where the kids can't reach. I nearly collapsed last night in my own house. My 3D reimagining of what Homer Simpson would look like in real life. They were supposed to be smiley faces. Now they look like tormented souls begging for death. What if instead of drops, rain fell all at once, like a 2-inch thick sheet of water just goes and then it's sunny again. Fun fact, this is what would happen if there was no air resistance, and it would actually come down so fast that it would kill us. I almost left my whole family in this house, naked and all. The odds of being killed by a tomato are low, but never zero. This is the mascot for the Oyster Festival, and I'm absolutely terrified of it. This spooky mannequin at the back of a small store. You wake up from a nap and see this in your living room. What is your next move? I feel like this thing could rip my soul out just by looking at me. A man in Florida woke up with a headache, only to discover his wife had shot him while he slept. He survived. Dude got up and was like, Oh, babe, I got a bad headache. You know it's time to move when, hey kid, wanna hear a scary story? One day, you will be able to do whatever you want, and you will choose to stay home alone. Hey, perfectionists, here is an 89-degree angle. Have a good day. I think the scariest part about having triplets is having to be pregnant for 27 months. It's like a scarecrow for humans. When your wife is scarier than any disease, which one would scare you more? If my dad calls me, then I know I messed up. Do you ever scare the hell out of yourself for no reason? Like, I'll be downstairs getting juice and I will tell myself, imagine if someone was standing behind you right now, waiting for you to turn around. Like, I had no reason to do that to myself. The scariest president has to be Rushmore because he had 4 heads. It is a good thing we captured him and trapped him in that mountain, even if we have to live in fear of the spell wearing off. I forgot my mum bought a buffalo, scared the hell out of me. If you are lonely, dim all lights and put on a horror movie. After a while, it won't feel like you are alone anymore. This is terrifying. No, kids dressed as shadows for Halloween. Their mother bought black morph suits for them and then layered black clothes over them. This may be the scariest thing ever. Text a girl, hey beautiful, and trust me, you could make her whole day. Hey beautiful, go away you creep. Like, I'm honestly going to report you to the police. Freaking stalker. If you spot this guy, call police. US Marshals are looking for him, and he may have been in Hampton Roads. If I spot this guy, I'm going to mind my business. I'm screaming. I was sleeping in the car during a road trip, and as I woke, I looked up at this image on the truck next to us. Sometimes an eyelash gets into your eye. You blink, and it disappears. But where do they all go? What's a fact that makes you uncomfortable? We will start. Your bones are wet. There is a moment during the cremation where the meat is perfectly cooked. He's summoning Satan. Or maybe he's just warming his paws because they're cold. No, he's a cat. He is definitely summoning Satan. Go ahead and park like an idiot. I have something for your fancy backup camera. Horror movie synopsis. White family moves into house. The house got some weird shit in it. Family refuses to acknowledge that they've got some weird stuff in the house. Turns out that thing is some ultra thing. Please no Halloween posts just yet. There's still 2 months left. Did someone say Halloween? Which is creepier? The animatronic Elvis I ripped the face off while disassembling it, or this selfie with me wearing its face? The fact that you thought of doing this at all. Everything is fun and games until you erase Panda's black marks on their eyes. I have a friend that insisted on dressing up like a clown for his family picture back when he was like 8, and it's my favorite picture ever. Why is he sitting like a 14th century monarch? He is one. The passer through walls, sculpture in the Paris catacombs, some French guy. You know what would be fucked up to see in the catacomb? Well, you asked for it. This is official law now. Remember, human shown for scale. Fall Guys are 6 foot. This Fall Guy is happy. Look into his eyes. We can't take it back. Finally found a picture of the quilt I made. No, wait, hold the phone. Why is your reflection looking at the camera? This year, I carved a really spooky pumpkin. Well, that's creepy. How weird would it be if babies cried while they were still in the womb? Like, can you imagine walking around and there's just muffled screaming coming from her stomach? Courtney, what the hell? Just wanted to remind you of our community standards. What if your teeth were naturally flaccid and got hard when you were hungry? I did not have a picture of my girl to put in my little locket, so I just drew her. You can now become your cat by turning his photo into an incredibly realistic mask. So apparently 50% of home owning is hearing strange noises and hoping they are made by ghosts because I cannot afford to fix them. Nothing is scarier than Disney World in 1940s. What the hell is Outback Steakhouse planning? Mind your damn business. To the Joker, this is just a normal dog. Sandpaper floor room. So basically, it's a torture device where a person is put into a room with slow-moving sandpaper at the bottom. There is no way out. The person has to walk forward to keep from getting sent to the corner and scraped. Our newest flavor of Oreos have increased production by 669%. You weebs are disgusting. I bet it would be funny to put a pancake on my cat's face 2 minutes later. Jesus, I keep screaming, but God won't answer. How old are you anyway? Somewhere between 5 months and 50 years. Grocery shopping has become a real-life version of Pac-Man. Avoid everyone, get the fruit, and take any route to avoid contact. You know, Halloween jack-o'-lanterns were originally made out of turnips. Neat. I wonder what it looked like. Astronauts on the first manned mission to Mars, finding a human skull buried in the sand near their lander. My dog sits awkwardly. That is a human. Why did high school teachers always make college professors sound so strict and scary, when in reality, they're like, what's up, you can call me Andy. I illegally downloaded the textbook if you need it, and I also have a gambling problem. Why is there a pentagram on your floor? Okay, first of all, Mom, it's not a pentagram. And second, what are you doing in my apartment? Oh, I summoned Mom. A parentagram. This picture makes me so uncomfortable. This cat looks like it's about to tell the best ghost story I've ever heard. Dentist waiting room. Let's hope a gynecologist never decides to do something similar. I think my dog needs an exorcist. He's a good boy. I fear no man, but that thing, it scares me. Broken iris. Holy damn. How irresponsible do you have to be to break your iris? I guess they were being pretty irresponsible. Someone literally died on my flight today, so we made an emergency landing and everyone missed their connections. The guy behind me was complaining, saying, how is it an emergency if they're dead? And I would just like to say that you, sir, are the devil. No beans. Also, hammers cost $500 if you want one. Why the hell do they make crematorium sound so delicious? Nice guys, before and after being rejected. This is so dumb. From an antique mirror cast in resin. I want this in my house, but I feel like I would keep thinking it's moved further out. Accidentally searched of overweight car instead of overweight cat. This was the first result. I genuinely cannot think of a word to call this monstrosity other than a monstrosity. A zombie spider covered in fungus, half dead, half alive, which can crawl around. I am watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and paused it at the worst possible time, and now I am traumatized. Welsh women used to curse people by falling to their knees, pulling out their bobs, and screaming obscenities at their victim. It's sad how we let traditions die. Next time you have a bowl of ground meat, poke some holes in it and do a face swab. My name is Pete, and I like feet. Every time I see them, I beat my feet. Okay, stay 1 million feet away from me. 1 million feet. Eating a Kit Kat the wrong way. Day 3. Nobody. Animals in Barbie movies. God creates Australia. Angel. You gave them literally all the scary animals. God. Yes, but they will love them. How? Creating Steve Owen. Trust me. Your bones secrete a hormone that can make you panic, scientists find. So it was my own spooky scary skeleton that sent shivers down my spine. No more fun facts. I want to hear a scary, unsettling fact about you. Boo, did I scare you? If you're ever scared, you're not a good person. Remember that bad people don't care about being better. I need to hang this on my wall. This just fixed my whole mood today. Time heals all wounds, but the scars are a constant reminder. This is Blockbuster, right? I hid under the bed to scare my boyfriend while he was in the bathroom, and when he came out, he saw I was gone, and I watched him get all excited and run into the closet to wait and scare me. I was sitting under the bed, crying, laughing. My Roomba is scared of thunderstorms. I was sitting at my desk just a few minutes ago, drawing, and a really loud crack of thunder went off. No power surges or anything, just thunder, and my Roomba fled from its dock and started spinning in circles. I currently now have an active Roomba sitting quietly on my lap. Humans will make a bond with anything. This Florida motel air conditioner has seen some things that no one should see. Free soup. You're going to be so cursed. Free soup. I just watched a Peppa Pig makeup tutorial, and I am never sleeping again. The Mountain Dew that came out of this dispenser tasted horrible. Please remedy this. Was going to iron my pants, but ended up shitting them instead. Man accused of exposing himself at public pool. I've never seen someone look so young, yet so old. So feminine, yet so masculine. So pretty, yet so ugly. I'm truly disturbed. Pregnant woman. Oh my god, my baby is so cute. The baby. That awkward moment when you ask your girlfriend what she's doing, and she says, making soy milk. Phone calls should be short, sweet, and heavy breathing. Everyone. AI art will make designers obsolete. AI accepting the job. How to make anything you do sound suspicious. Be mostly specific. Yes, I bought this with legal, tender money. Money that was acquired legally. I met with a friend who was alive. I want to be the standing still, not burned home of my enemies. What's wrong, son? You've hardly played with your Pictendo hog cube. How much scarier would a frog be if it ran instead of hopped? You just hear blah, 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 coming towards you, and you look down, and it's just a frog going at full speed. Hearing a baby laugh. You don't have any kids. Me when the taxi driver tries to ease tension by making small talk, unaware he will not be seen alive again. Woman arrested for training squirrels to attack her ex-boyfriend. Me waiting to drop some dope serial killer facts on some unsuspecting people. I don't know any facts. Hey Julie, this is your Uber driver from tonight, Jeffrey. I just realized I forgot to give you a promo code. Use the code CUTIE for a free ride, but only valid if you use it on the way to dinner with me. Jeffrey, what are you doing? Officers respond to report of deranged person and find cardboard cutout of MyPillow founder. When you are chilling in a pool and suddenly see one of these. My teacher left the room during a test, so we all started sharing answers. Then I look up and she was staring right at me. Never draw Kirby without his eye glints. To whoever put the reflective eyes on this tree by the side of the road, you, fine sir, are an asshole. Having nightmares because of this British program. I never watched this. I am screaming. This girl is possessed. Scary movies should put high-pitched sounds only dogs can hear, so your dog will start acting crazy for no reason at the scariest parts. If I were a murderer, I would be the for Bree's murder and lead my victims blindfolded to an undisclosed location, and I would ask them what they smelled, and they would be like, OMG, ocean, air, tulips. Then I would rip the blindfold off, and it would be a pile of bodies of my previous victims. This website scares me. Nice things to whisper when hugging someone. You smell different when you're awake. Please help me. Then smile as if nothing happened. Soon. You have lovely skin. I can't. Your hair tastes like strawberries. Tonight, you. He knows. Don't go home. I found this while doing a locker check. Seattle is protected by an MMA fighter that dresses as superheroes and fights crime, vigilante style, under the name Phoenix Jones. Lamb with human-like features, including eyes, nose, and mouth, is born on a farm in Russia. I don't think I've experienced anything more terrifying than being alone in a dark room and a SpongeBob toy spontaneously laughing on its own. What can I say except delete this? Just watching The Office on my computer, and every now and then the image glitches up, but this is the most horrifying thing I have ever seen. Someone invented a doorknob that lets you see what's inside without going into the room. If I ever become a surgeon, I would say right before the patient passes out from anesthesia. Okay, pull up the WikiHow article. Welcome, be our guest. These skeletons look legitimately friendly and inviting. I don't know about you guys, but I'm hella stoked to kick it with these skeletons. When you're walking past a body in a horror game and it suddenly comes back to life, you can almost hear the pug scream. My sister and her husband just had a baby, and this is my favorite picture of the situation. He's behind me, isn't he? I am going to go to bed tonight. I am tired. Good night. Okay, good night. Why would you do that? Her eyeshadow. I thought she was possessed. When it's dark as hell in your room and the clothes piled on your chair look like a person staring at you while you sleep. Me coming out to steal your man. You can have her. What's an evil prank you have pulled off? People in school used to take my Gatorade, so I took an empty bottle, filled it with dyed salt water, and let them take my drink. Not gonna lie, it was hilarious watching one person to spit salt water in the middle of class, only for their unbelieving friend to do the same. In France, a beautiful 15-year-old stallion named Peyo often comes to comfort and soothe terminal patients at a hospital. The horse chooses which patient he wants to see, kicking his hoofs outside the door. I can't imagine anything more terrifying than being off painkillers, waiting for the end, and hearing this clap clap of the death horse choosing me. My housemate has just left for a third date with a girl he met on Tinder. He claims he's going to bring her home tonight. He's been a bit of a pain lately, so it's time for payback. Engage Facebook stalk mode. Find his date, print some of her photos, frame, and place randomly around the house. The cherry on the top is her high school graduation photo on his bedside table. I have to go to the dentist tomorrow and get high, and get put on laughing gas to fix the only cavity I have received in my life. And this thing is in the ceiling, looking down at me while I'm strapped down to a chair, with my mouth wide open, having tools probe at my teeth, and gums while I drool on myself. What the hell? Hoo. I heard someone wasn't brushing their teeth. I figured out that horror games with grotesque monsters and spooky environments are minus 9,000% scary if you pretend you're Steve Owen on a mission to document the monsters. Looky there, there's a 6-foot grunt from the basement. Ahem, gonna wrestle it. This is how I get through a lot of scary environments without getting scared. It really works. This is what terrifies me about the ocean. The few times I've gone snorkeling, this is the most intensely scary but amazing thing about it. The bit where the reef ends and it suddenly just drops off and you can't see the bottom or what's down there, and you swim over the edge and suddenly you're in open water and you feel so vulnerable, like you're a fish that lives on the reef. You finally understand Finding Nemo. The year is 2078. They finally found a cure for Alzheimer's. Unfortunately for you, what's already gone cannot be brought back. Your memories are gone forever. Your brain is still a shell of what it was. You live the rest of your years in unending torment. When you make a joke in front of your psychologist and instead of laughing, she starts writing it down. I just started therapy last week and damn, if this exact thing didn't happen to me. I thought I was being funny. She took notes and said, "That's not a healthy way of dealing with trauma. Would you prefer if I stabbed someone? If you sleep with your hand dangling at the side of your bed, the monster under your bed will hold it while you're asleep. My local Morrison's is selling actual sacks of wet eggs. This is the most wretched and cursed item I have ever witnessed, in case you were wondering what Quagmire would look like in real life. Yeah, why would you do this? I rate movies using a strict passful system based on how the cinematography compares to this one shot in Monster House. If you could telepathically say something that all 7.8 billion people on Earth could hear at once, what would it be? Act out a conversation between two people talking about shutting down the simulation, then freak out about accidentally broadcasting the conversation to the simulation. My 2-year-old is into scary movies, but complained that they aren't scary enough, so we watched The Descent, and wow, you don't always know when you messed up as a parent, but this was a big one. Yeah, my dad made me watch he didn't make me. I watched not The Purge. I watched this really fucked up movie as a kid. It was called Damien, The Omen. It's about, what the fuck? Why did I watch that? Fuck me up, man. Same with the, Annabelle. The one before that. I didn't know the name. Yeah, it's the day I'm uploading this, and it's The Conjuring. Do not watch that movie. Can someone with Photoshop skills please add a train to make this super intense and scary? OMG, I forgot to show you guys the squid kite I saw yesterday. I can't tell if this is the entrance to hell, or just the typical high school bathroom. Happiness is a cabin on 800 acres, 3 lakes, 2 mountains, a forest, and no neighbors. This cat looks like it's about to tell a scary urban legend. Oh, one of those pesky hangnails. I'll take care of that. I just walked in my room, and there is a deer. Hell, not to open up a can of worms on her, but I just saw a dolphin's brain for the first time yesterday, and there is no way we're smarter than these things. Glowing eyes of an alligator at dusk. Whoa, that's a demon. Huh, here come that boy. Gave my dad a Mr. Bean cutout for Christmas, and he's been moving it around the house to scare my mum. Desperate times call for desperate measures. This dude just rolled into our math class and left. The bowling machine took my picture, then made my face another lane's whole background. Don't throw out doll heads. You can turn them into candy nightlights for your kids. We discovered a trapdoor in class today. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. I can see eyes. Close that door. You find out your closest friend is a killer. What do you do? Hand him my list and ask him to help me out. The recursive senator. Half horse, half recursive centaur. No use. Crying over cursed milk. You remember Tom and Jerry, right? The rest of the pizza is trash. Just throw it away. A steam train after a boiler explosion. Favorite new thing. Scratching haunting things into bananas at the market. So when people take them home, hours later, and the words appear, they think a ghost knows their secrets. Thinking about deep sea creatures. They're out there. He is just wafting around like a ghost. Dad needs his Mentos. I chew gum so much that my dentist says it's become a part of my mouth's ecosystem, and if I stop it, I will have disastrous consequences for my health. What if humans lost all of their skin every winter and walked around as skeletons, and the trees get annoyed when they have to rake all of our skin off their lawn? How high are you? A reminder that your floofy cat's adorable toe beans look like this without fur. You are welcome. Y'all remember being 15? That was messed up. Age distribution of hospital visits due to punching walls. I love the one 69-year-old that punched a wall. My cat has been staring at this gopher for like 10 minutes. I think he's waiting to hurt him until he finishes digging. How polite. He's letting him dig his own grave. Oh, 90% of the ocean is undiscovered, and you're telling me mermaids don't exist? This actually exists, and you want a mermaid. Yup. In mythology, mermaids cause shipwrecks and drown people. They're evil. Sounds like my kind of people. Found the white Snoop Dogg. It gets worse the longer you look. How to make hamburgers without a grill. I used to think this movie was a live action, and that the people who lived in Europe looked like this. What the fuck? Approximately 92 sobbing horses are calling. What do they want this time? What does this say? What does this mean? It is a scary time for men in America because I'm dressed in a clown suit, taking them out one by one. 1 nanometer away from having a 240p video with a logo at the top right. Walk in, see this. What do? Depends. Do you own a dog? Screw this game. I turned on my Kinect mic to try and add realism. I farted and the alien found me, eating a Kit Kat the wrong way. Day 3. Your dog watching you sleep, wondering if pretending is worth it anymore. My mom put a cute little holiday light in the toilet without telling me, so guess who thought they walked into hell at 5 a.m. this morning? Tricking my 3-year-old into thinking I got raptured. 1 hour dark church organ. Dementia. Suffering. Pain. Gangster's paradise. 2 bodies recovered during search for missing swimmers at Murderkill River. Sorry, where? So, I work at a pizza place right next door to a comic book store, and today's free comic book day. I did not think it would get too crazy or anything. Then I look to the front of the store and see this. My friend works at a movie theater and can take the cardboard cutouts. I have an irreconcilable fear of sharks. She decided to use her spare key privileges to terrify me beyond repair. The last thing my enemies see before succumbing to the green. Morgue employee cremated by mistake while taking a nap. I guess 2 people got fired that day. My little cousin gotta stop leaving his shampoo here. I've never been more uncomfortable taking a poop in my life. I don't care what color it is. I'm not wearing it. Did anyone ask you? I will make you look like your profile picture if you say some smart shit like that again. Cannot even begin to imagine the Blade Runner cyberpunk this ladybug I found on my RGB keyboard was going through. It would appear that someone in my apartment complex doesn't like my new wind chimes. On Earth, a magician puts his hand in his head in the rabbit realm. The hand emerges. It is time. The rabbit council must choose a sacrifice. A giant twisting serpent skeleton emerges from a river in France. It's a sculpture. I almost pooped a goddamn cathedral. I thought the serpent lords had come to reclaim the earth. They are making funny new men, and you can find them in your local tube. Behold, a group of vegans about to hatch. Nature is amazing. He/she. There's only one gender, bro. There's only one now. They're taking them out, one by one. I was bored, so I put this on, and then sat on my kitchen floor in the dark, waiting for my mum to get home. And when she saw me, she screamed so loud, the neighbors called the cops. The world's oldest cheese, found in an Egyptian tomb, but it may be filled with a deadly disease. Cannot drink the sarcophagus juice. Can't eat the tomb cheese. What even is the point of archaeology? Hey, I'm going to be late again. Yeah, it's the crab again. What is your most controversial NBA take? The ball is alive and doesn't like being thrown around like that. Drunk dude becomes the first person to ever swim across the Hoover Dam and make it out alive. The last thing he heard before crossing. Don't be a bitch. Stab wound? You mean like extra pocket? Nobody on this website should be allowed outside, I swear. So I connected to the free Wi-Fi in Starbucks and airdropped this picture, and I swear like 10 people screamed. My neighbor keeps vacuuming his floor when I'm sleeping at night. I started vacuuming the ceiling as he sleeps at 3 a.m. If we die, we're taking you with us. Be the difference. I have never so cheerfully been told something this terrifying, and certainly not by a bee. My favorite visual gags. Something drawn realistically to show an emotion. Something drawn poorly. Dream house. The abyss. I do not know where he came from, but he sure as hell don't look like no good boy. Aesthetic. Behind the scenes of shots of actresses posing with their co-stars who are playing monsters that look like couple photos. It has been summoned. That is so evil. Florida man, 37, arrested for kidnapping 27 people and then forcing them to play Yahtzee for 36 hours straight when you annoyed all the car drivers and have to find a bigger target. Hey brain, I kinda feel bad right now. Could you tell me why please? Nah. Why? I'm literally you. Lol, get fucked. When you die, your voice is added to the chorus of children yelling, "Aye, Captain," in the SpongeBob intro. This is probably the most cursed thing I have ever seen. Tries to look scary and intimidating. Fails miserably because of cuteness. When you're a perfectionist, therefore you don't believe in practice makes perfect, and thought you could make a needle felt Pikachu with no experience in needle felting. Mums be like, my son didn't do that. My daughter was given this creepy William Shakespeare doll, and it has become her favorite toy. She cuddles Shakespeare at night, brushes his gross old man hair, and puts him on the potty. Do I just embrace this? Do I hide him before their bond is unbreakable? Okay, but there was this bus filled with potatoes driving around my town today. So at my house, we have an intercom in everyone's room, and when you press talk and speak into it, everyone can hear what you say. So last night at like 1 a.m, I spoke into it and quietly whispered, Shia LaBeouf. I heard my mum scream in the other room. Can somebody explain to me how something like this could happen? The car is a part of the punk subculture and is striking out against authority and parents with outlandish hairstyles. I found this while doing a Google image search for Slenderman. I don't know if it's hilarious or just deeply wrong. I like how Slenderman is actually standing in the background. Well, I did not see that. Random wheelchair. Plankton built his computer wife, so he's the one who programmed her personality. Plankton made a wife who would belittle and mock him. Plankton has a humiliation thing. Sometimes we have thoughts, but we don't have to share them with everyone and put them out into the world. Just a suggestion. A clown boy, half clown, half cowboy, says, yeehaw. This is it. The worst post. This girl on Instagram posted her plane ticket, and I called and cancelled her flight. Imagine shooting Santa Claus out of the sky. I'm laughing because all I can hear is him shouting, hoo hoo, holy shit. I got banned from Cheat Code Central when I was a kid for posting elaborate time-wasting fake cheats for various games I never played, asking a stranger, can you make sure nobody takes my bag? While pointing to someone else's bag. People who just randomly meet band members on the street. How do you do it? Step 1. Go outside for once. Oh, but the outer net is scary. The outer net. As an Indian woman, I can confirm that too much of my time is spent hiding behind a rock, praying the terrifying gang of international giant ladies and their Latvian general don't find me. Let me merge, or I swear I will kill us both. I love how this could either be about driving or using XR, how the animal's skeleton looks like, how scientists would recreate the animal. The animal. Who is she? Mary Kondo. This shipping container does not spark joy. Some dude. Hey bro, you got time? Yeah, it's pulls out a cat from inside my jacket and looks it dead in the eyes. About 6 p.m. Context. I thought this was some shitpost and just accepted it. I'm the only thing preventing the mailman and the vacuum from killing my entire family. This was such a confusing and frightening post before I read the name of the person that posted it. The crunch that you hear in every bite of M&M's, colorful button-shaped chocolates, is your teeth crushing our worthless spines. I don't remember this post. In 5th grade, we were making little clay statues and mine came out bad, so I left a big air pocket in it so it would explode when the teacher put it in the kiln, and it exploded so hard that it destroyed 10 other kids' statues, and they were all on the verge of tears. I thought it was really funny. I still do. So, you basically planted a bomb. Pronounces champagne like lasagna. Do not. Pronounces lasagna like do not. Just bought this tapeworm from Etsy. Where are you going to keep it? I don't like this post. What? The spider in my bathtub, waiting for me to turn on the water so it can teleport to a different part of the house. Small blobs of human brain grown in a dish have been coaxed into forming rudimentary eyes, which respond to light by sending signals to the rest of the brain tissue. New horrific state of consciousness just dropped. Mid-tantrum, 6-year-old paused to write mama and dada, then crossed out both words. Shocked by his own cruelty, he crumpled the page, muttering, "Not nice of me." Food for thought. If the US cut just 2% of its annual defense budget, it could afford to construct a colossal obsidian spear in San Francisco Bay. On top of the obvious economic benefit, it would be visible throughout all of Northern California and emanate an ominous I saw a fake skeleton for sale today for $849 and I was like, what the hell? I could get a real skeleton for free, screw that. Then I remembered murder is illegal. You're going to jail for reblogging this. First year knows he should not be looking at the wielding, but can't help himself. The forbidden light, he sighed. It got me again. It feels like someone's thrown sand in my eyes. So foolish. This is not satire. It's actually like this. I'm really glad I started meal prepping. Really changed my life. Like this post and I will instantly teleport to your home and gobble up your shower curtain. My shower curtain is glass. Well, crunchity munchity then. You think that will stop me? Chase, smile, okay? I forgot how. Go ahead then. Go crazy. I should have never smoked that. Now I gotta collect 8 pages. Where am I? A river in Russia froze over a very interesting pattern. Old music is so much better than what we have these days. If you know, you know. Truck hauling 10 tons of ramen noodles. Crashes into lake. Almost creates world's largest soup. I'm sorry we couldn't spare any pillows or blankets for you. You're fine with sleeping on the couch, right? Sleeps on this naked, and in the morning, you have to pry me off with a spatula. People who play support characters. How? I just want to barge in and shoot everyone. How can you just stay back and play and heal? Bad at aiming and scared. British people be like, alright, it's time to go to the shops. When the weather starts getting nice, but the only outfits you look good in is all black. This is the best Tinder bio I've seen. I'd like to cover you in peanut butter and see how much I could... What the fuck? Most people have no idea how big Brazil actually is. My friend just texted me this picture from our school. My daughter loves the things she is learning in grade 2, and she woke me up this morning by whispering, "I have more bones than you," directly into my ear. So I'm pretty psyched to be raising an extremely powerful science which several people are typing. When you're in the shower and the lights flicker, when you're home alone and the ice maker turns on, Countdown apologizes. After letters round accidentally summons Cthulhu. I would like you to paint me a cat. A what? A cat? You know what a cat is, right? You've seen a cat. Yeah, of course. My daughter had a friend sleepover and left this note for her friend. I'm not reading all this, but warning, if you wake me up for anything, I will rip off your limbs and hit you with them. POV, you catch me eating shredded cheese at 3 a.m. And here we see Bethesda, employee, seated at a standard bugged collision desk, enjoying another productive day of porting Skyrim around. Hasbro's has just introduced me, and this is not a joke. Their new nightmarish mascot for Nerf brand products named Murph. Murph's terrifying catchphrase is, "Unleash the play in you. Here is Murph. My body is my journal, and my Tattoos are my story. Paper mache frog at the botanical garden gift shop that haunts my dreams. Showed this to my friend with epilepsy. He loved it so much that he started breakdancing on the floor. You ever think about the kind of guy who makes a cursed amulet? Like, ooh, whoever puts this on is going to have a nasty surprise. Get a real hobby. Rick Ross fights off alligators trying to steal his pizza. Archaeologists in the future finding what passed as compensation for being worked to death. I wanted those reports on my desk an hour ago. Susan, have you seen Brian? He has my stapler. Susan, stop dancing. This is serious. Hey, Susan, I'm going to get lunch. What am I reading? Takes off my leather jacket to reveal a second secret leather jacket underneath. You mean skin? What an absolutely terrifying addition to my post. Thank you. My first attempt at a creepypasta. Carpeted kitchen. What the fuck? It would be messed up if our teeth were flaccid but got hard when we ate. I was having a good day. Can you imagine trying to talk with waggling flaccid teeth flipping around in your mouth like weird bone noodles? My wife said there were too many chocolate chips in these cookies, so she picked around them. Everything everywhere, all at once. Nothing matters. Oh my god, nothing matters. Take back to the time when I was making a burrito and I lost my omelet for 20 minutes. I am a man, woman, entity beyond your comprehension, seeking men, women, the ability to remove sentient. My dad and his friends look like the cast of Stranger Things, 1982. Book Shrek is 50% more chaotic than movie Shrek. Shrek decided to marry whatever this thing is. No priest would officiate because God hated Shrek for being alive, so they used a crocodile. Orcas are ripping open great white sharks for their livers, hearts, and nuts. Whatever gang war is going on in the ocean, I want to see it. Their art style is cute. Why would they waste it? Mental illness. If you travel up to the middle of nowhere in the UK, you might be lucky enough to find the remnants of long-lost people. What long-lost people? We're still here. Bro, you think I'm a cartoon villain? Question 5 of 35. I use tricky plans and schemes to get my way. Shaggy memes over AirPod memes. AirPod Shaggy is coming back. Oh my god. They have AirPods in. They can't hear us. Oh my. Planting fake fossils to give some future biologist a short glimmer of hope before carbon dating it. Stare into the beautiful abyss that is this massive American Girl doll collection. Drink your school, stay in sleep, don't do milk, and get 8 hours of yes sir. He looks like he's followed all of that advice. Want to prank your friends? Freeze Mentos in ice cubes. Serve them time bomb sodas. My ex is still logged into Twitter on my phone. I could be cliche and tweet, I'm a douche, lol. No. Instead, every few days, I will tweet something he would totally say, but he would never remember tweeting it. Slowly, the slightly out of place tweets will drive him insane. Victory. You are Satan. I poked holes in my parents' protection, which led to the birth of my little sister, and I kept it a secret for 25 years, living in a you're so hot world, but Peter Griffin said, I hope the light... This isn't scary. I don't know why I downloaded this. I think I just found it that funny. I want it to be in the next recent meme video. Fantastic. This is the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. Why am I laughing? Hey gang, I'm ordering $14 worth of soda and nothing else from my local Domino's. I'm thirsty. He better not have. Your order is in the oven. Susan, I know you're home. Just come outside so we can talk things out. When you're messing around on a trampoline and your homie hits you with that double bounce. For all you mountain climbers out there, climbs up and takes a few good You literally did not have to say that. I have a habit of being too casual everywhere. So one time while I was working, I accidentally said, what's crack-a-lacking to an old person looking for medication, and she replied, my bones, dear. This app is truly amazing. Poor grandma though. Hopefully her bones are better now. When I was 9 months pregnant with my son, my mom and I were on the side of the road, struggling with a flat. A car with 4 men stopped, not to help, but to ask for directions to a local golf course. My mom sent them 15 miles in the wrong direction. She is the legend who shaped me. Haha, not to scare anyone, but the hell does Beyond in Bed Bath & Beyond stand for? Me. What's Beyond? Employee. Snapping his neck. Go find out. As a former employee, I appreciate this. What the hell and fuck are you implying, lady? I'm anorexic. This is funny. I hope you're okay though. Focus on yourself. I appreciate you, Jess, but I think focusing on myself is what started the problem. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, I hope you recover well. Living in an age of the internet where an account with the username Brian Felt 1989 is a 100% spam bot dedicated to harvesting not safe for work and personal data, but Bob 420 is a sign of a breathing human life who just posts updates about their home garden.